Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing tonight? It's Saturday night, and I feel all right. How's everyone doing today? Brian, hey everyone, hello, hello. So, you might have noticed we're early, about a minute early, and that's because I got super, I couldn't resist going early to tell you guys. I've got like breaking things. I've been wanting to tell you this all day. But I just couldn't contain it any longer. Like, this is the most exciting thing you're going to hear tonight. I found the cable that we lost yesterday. I was cleaning off the desk. I know, shock. And I found the cable we lost. So we're good. We can continue on with the CNC stuff on Tuesday. We're good. We're good to go. Yay. So I'm gonna put that with the rest of the CNC stuff so we don't lose it. Yay. It's a great night. I have absolutely no plans for tonight. How many screws? Oh, as Carl Sagan would say, billions and billions. I still got to sort out the screws. We're not at the point of doing the screw sorting stream yet. I still have some ideas for content. The well hasn't dried up yet. So yeah, salad fork. No, so the two ideas for tonight, and I'm gonna let you guys vote on it. So let me start a poll here. So ideas. So V1.0 go fast. How much? And test out tank profile on SKQ. So these are the two options for tonight. Okay, these are your two options. Either I grab the V1.0 with 8-bit Marlin and DRVs, and we see how fast we can push it, or how fast we can reliably push it, or I grab the SK Cube and see how the tank profile works on it, because we just kind of YOLO'd a profile for it on the last stream with it on Friday there and yesterday, and or we see, you know, how it performs with the proper-ish profile, because there's no profile for it, so we got to use the tank profile. Heat set removal, not yet. Again, I'm keeping those on hand for a rainy day. So those are your two options for tonight. On top of that, I'm still messing around. I can't wait to build one of these. So this is a Odonta. I printed some TPU parts for it. I've got, the cutters came in. I got to order a sheet of carbon fiber so I can actually cut this out of carbon fiber instead of acrylic, because acrylic will work really good for an FPV quadcopter once, because FPV quadcopters crash into shit. It's not like a DJI. These you're crashing into stuff. So yeah, but look how little. I love how little it is. I love that. So there's that. What else? I found the thing. I found a bunch of stuff. Found all these sample filament things that I didn't know I had. So that's good. So how are you guys doing today? Remember, if you have not entered, it's pinned in the description or in chat, but people always seem to forget. Every stream, we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. Polymaker are our friends. They make good filament. Hopefully you read my emails, Nicholas. But every stream, we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. And guess what? You are going to win it. Yes, you. Not you. Not you. Not you. But you. Yes, you. I'm talking to you directly. I can't say your name for confidentiality reasons, but you are going to win because you entered for the draw. So make sure you entered, because, you know, we don't want it. We can't have no time paradox on our hands here. So when will I do a tap stream? So let me find it here. This will, here we go. Nope. Actually, this will work. Okay. So 1 second here. When will I do the tap stream? So let's do this. Okay. Okay. So this may look like a box that previously held Polymaker TPU 95 filament, but Do not let your eyes deceive you. As you can see, this is clearly a box of tap parts. Once this box actually has stuff in it, then we will do a tap stream. Because I in terms of parts that we need to do a tap, to build a tap, we have no parts. So, yeah. Let me put that down. Because that'll confuse people. Our school's previous tech director got in a DJI Inspire 2. We pulled it out of storage and flew it yesterday. I think I want to make one. It's fun. Flying FPV is fun until you slam it into the ground. But start with a tiny whoop. This is a Mobula 7, and this is currently the one I'm flying the most right now. This frame is held together with E6000 now. I've smashed it into the wall so many times. Here, I'll show you my windy day flying. So it's been windy as shit the past couple days. So while I pull up this video, let's see here, RC stuff, windy, there we go. So you may ask me, Taylor, how windy was it? Well, let's see here. Ooh, nope, that's not the button. Dang it, I ruined the timing for the joke because I hit the wrong button. No, not that, not that. Okay. So this, I went to go let the doggo out, and this was my fence this morning. Well, this afternoon, because we've had like crazy, like 80, 90 kilometer an hour winds all day. And this fence is 20 years old, and now it is no longer a fence. It's a deck. I now have a deck in my backyard, where once stood a proud fence that was already kind of on the way out and honestly needs to be replaced anyways. I now have a deck. Luckily, I get the deck. The neighbor doesn't get a free deck. It fell on my side of the yard. So I was dealing with that today. So that was fun. So yeah, it's been windy as shit the past couple days. And yeah, that kind of put a stomper on some plants today. Like the video. But this is why I like tiny whooping. Okay, so let's see. I'll let that play there. It looks like V1 Go Fast, how much seems to win. So I'll let this play here while I go get the V1. Oh, hey, Coda. Okay, is this it? This is, there we go. Ah, that's where that filament went. The other day I was looking for my spool of red and green filament, PLA, and I'm like, where is it? And it's been on the V1. There we go. So yeah, this was the Mobula 7. It's a 1S. It's meant for like indoors and like extremely calm days outside. And it was not a calm day outside the other day, but it's fun. You could tell which way the wind's blowing because it rips when you fly into the wind. Like it visibly like shakes when you're going fast in the wind. Yeah, I'm actually surprised how good these fly. Because when I was first looking into getting an FPV like 4 years ago, tiny whoops were all brushed. These are brushless now. These are all brushless 1S, 400 milliwatt VTXs built into the AIO, ELRS. I can fly this a kilometer out if I wanted to. Like, I literally can fly this a kilometer away if I want to. But you'll see in a moment why I like flying tiny whoops. Because you're really not afraid to take risk with them like you are with like the bigger ones. Well, depends on your budget though. Because you could just, full on crank them into stuff when you hit the thing you're aiming not to hit. Oh yeah, they make brushless. These are brushless. This is where did I put it? 1 second here. Boop. Yeah, these are brushless. Yeah, brushless RS 0802 motors. And it's got a all-in-one that's got a 400 milliwatt VTX ELRS with built-in antenna. I can do 2S on this too, apparently. You shouldn't, but the AIO can handle it. Lighter mass. Yeah, you can still crack the frame quite easily, though, unfortunately, as I found out a few times, but it's so small, like, you can just fix it with E6000, and it's kind of good to go. Okay. So, obviously, we're going to have to print a few things on this to kind of, because I do need to get the video out where the plan is to print on this a bunch, and then we're going to upgrade this to Clipper. So we need to find a profile that pushes this to the limits that still actually prints acceptably. Okay, so I can easily tell this to make 500 millimeters a second moves, and it won't. It's got a V6. I can easily tell it to outrun the hotend, and it won't. We need to find out how fast we can reliably push this machine so that I could do a bunch of prints, and then we can go and slap Clipper on this bitch without changing any of the hardware and see how big of an upgrade Clipper gets you. Yeah, don't look at the things. I know. So it's funny. I like to think of myself as a good driver. I don't really crash into stuff too much. So we're gonna go with because I'm Polymaker. I like your stuff, but I don't have any of the fancy PLAs. So I think we're gonna go with Red Ice Jesse filament, I think. Yeah, we'll go with Red Ice. Can't always be printing Polymaker. So anyways, so I can drive around. I don't crash into stuff. I like to think myself as a decent driver. But I watch those shows like, I don't know. I think they have it in like different versions of it in different countries. It's like in Canada, it's Canada's Worst Driver. And we got like 18 seasons out of the show. It's a great show. But they always say, don't look at where you want to go. Don't look at what you don't want to hit. Because if you look at what you're going to hit, you're going to hit it. And when I drive, I'm like, oh, what? That's dumb. When you fly FPV, holy shit, if you like, you're aiming at a gap and right before you clear that gap, you happen to look over at the wall, you're slamming into that wall. So, I missed something. I'm sorry. BF Dennis gifted 5 community memberships. Thank you, Dennis. Yeah, Canada's Worst Driver is the best because I tried watching, I binged it. Me and the wifey, we like went on a spree where we watched a ton of that show. Compared to like, because they have it in different countries, right? They have Canada's Worst Driver, America's British. But like, I guess the Canadians' Worst Driver, they actually took the time to try and teach the people to be good drivers and like actually help them instead of just like, making fun of them. So like a few of the other countries, that's how kind of the whole stick of the show was they just kind of made fun of the bad drivers. Where Canada's Worst Driver, they actually tried to get them to be good drivers. Okay, so that's locked in. Let's power this bitch up. So I think, oh, it's Marlin. It just boots up. There's no boot up time. I love that. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't like this knob. Prepare. Nope. No. I'm assuming, well, I got green and red loaded up. So we're just going to YOLO it. Whatever one we have loaded up is what we're going to use. We'll just do that. I just want to prepare. Okay. Preheat PLA. Okay. PLA 1. There we go. Hopefully it's heating up the right nozzle. Okay. Pretty new. No, it's in Marlin, there's like the dial, there's like a setting for how sensitive the dial is, and this dial is like outrageously sensitive. So 1 click is like 5 clicks. So you have to like hold it as you turn it and not let it click. It's kind of annoying. We only have to suffer for it for so long. I'm tempted to throw a Raspberry Pi Zero on it and get Octoprint just so I can use it as an interface. But if I remember correctly, it's been a hot minute. So for those of you that enjoy your enders, can you help me out here? USB Raspberry Pi with Octoprint, does it cause print defects with like 8-bit Marlin? Is there like a stuttering thing that happens? I remember seeing something about that, but I don't know if that's a Marlin thing or what. Yep, that's the hot one. Okay. Control. Oh, no. Motion. No, that was the E steps. Control. No, that's, I'm in the wrong menu here. Oh my God. Prepare. Move axis. Oh my God. Move 10 millimeters. I can't move the extruder. Whatever. 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 We'll just manually do it. Okay, so which way does this go? Other way. Why aren't you putting filament out? Huh. Doesn't want to work. 1 second. Okay, let's see here. Zombie Hedgehog, 199. Cheers. Consider with fast printing on a Arduino. Okay. Yeah, so I think the plan is no issues with 8-bit. Okay. Only on super high fidelity, there's a data transfer limit. I think we'll just do SD cards and get the get that 19 or 2016 experience. Nelson, I'm trying to print something with 95A TPU and it's too soft. Do you know of any brands that are a little bit more stiff? 95A, I think, is the stiffness, if I'm not mistaken. So if it's like 95A, it do I have like filament in the hole or something? Like, why aren't you? I've been printing a lot. The Sane Smart, I want to say, is good filament for PLA or for TPU, I believe. I know the FPV folks, because I've been hanging out in a bunch of FPV discords and whatnot lately. They all seem to swear by Sane Smart as their like brand for flexible. The Polymaker TPU 95, I really like that. I did the Death Racer flexible parts in it. I've done a few quad stuff in it. It's really nice. I've also printed whatever this stuff is here. Airy one TPU 95. It seems to print okay. Yeah. And Hybrid Robotics, thank you for becoming a member. What's my opinion on Rat Rig? I've only built the one. Okay, I've only built the V Minion. I haven't built a V Core. I'm trying to get a kit. Last I talked to them, but then I haven't heard anything in a while. And then somebody else might send me a kit who's a reseller of them. If you, I know who you are, but I just haven't heard anything. I would love to build a V Core to get experience with it. Some people swear to love them. Some people don't like them. I would like to get my opinion on it. I don't like commenting on stuff I don't have firsthand experience with, or I don't have firsthand experience from somebody I directly trust that I can relay. So, how big's the bed on this? I forgot how big the bed on this is. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna print something. 230. So we are going to print, I think, let's see here. What was the profile we used last time? Yeah, so it's like 230. I think it's 230 cubed, I think we have. So it's 230, 230. We're running Marlin Legacy. Okay. So this is, we're going to call this V1.0. So we are going to YOLO this with, to start, my normal Voron profile. This is my go-to. We'll use the, I will say though, the Rat Rig Super Slicer profile is really nice for filament settings. If I can't seem to select it. Okay, it's not in there for some reason. But we're gonna YOLO with my original. What's the Rat Rig profile? Oh, there you go. PLA copy Rat Rig. Or there you go. I love to see you build one. Okay, if I can get a kit, I'll build one. Rat Rig drink. Tonight is Landshark Premium Lager. It's almost water. It's like 4.6%. So it's like, I'm drinking water anyways. So we're probably gonna have to bring back the Rat Rig thing. It sounds like long time ago. Was it the Rat Rig? Was it Rat Rig? That was the original meme with that. Got my Rook serial today. There's a serial number system for the Rook. Cool. Everyone's doing serial numbers now. I'm not against it. I'm just, everyone seems to be doing serials. Okay. We need a model to print. Let's go to, let's see. I need a model that is somewhat advanced, but not like crazy advanced. Because the plan is we need something that we can print on this machine multiple times, essentially. See, I like the Chelsea models, but a lot of her models need support, and I don't like using support. By the way, did you see Thingiverse has had updates? They have like patch notes and stuff. They've actually been working on this site. Like they've actually been putting work into Thingiverse. Some of the Cura folks are involved with this now, I think. So there's like actual like honest to goodness investment now in Thingiverse. Cali Dragon? We can do Cali Dragon. I haven't done a Cali Dragon in a while. I think it's on printables. Yeah, no, I don't want the support version. Where's the regular one? Do I gotta put a space in there? Is that it? Cali Dragon. Cali Dragon. There we go. Download the Cali Dragon. I have to download it because so this computer, funnily enough, only has 120 gig SSD for the hard drive, and it was full the other day. I tried to record some stuff for a video, and it was straight up full. So I deleted my downloads folder and freed up 30 gigs on this computer. Yeah. Okay, so Cali Dragon on a V1.0, retraction settings. Oh my God. Length, 4 mil, sure. It's been a hot minute since I've done retractions on Bowden. Okay, so this is my standard Voron profile for 0.4 millimeters. These are our speeds and feeds and our accels. 7,000 accel for the travels and 300 millimeters a second for the travels. Let's drop our volumetric speed down to 12 because it's a V6. Where is filament overrides? Where? No. No, I don't want that. Cooling 100%. Yep. Oh, here we go. Max. Print speed 10 mil or min. Where is there an extrusion rate? Okay, 0. So yeah, it doesn't override it. Okay. Can a V6 get that high? We're going to 12. So let's see here. Are we capping this out? Flow rate. Volumetric flow rate. Okay. So any orange, dark orange you see, we are capping out our flow rate. Okay, we're getting a little close there. Okay. So export G code. So this is about an hour print. I would like to get 2, maybe more prints in tonight. Full prints. This PC, USB drive, save. There we go. Card inserted. By the way, I haven't told it this has 2 hot ends. Hopefully it's okay with that. Shoot, I should probably tell it. If I don't tell it it has 2 hot ends, it should default to just 1 hot end, right? Yeah, we're not going to be doing any multi-material with this because E3D, I love you. You're great folks. I can't wait to see you all again. The Chimera is dead for a reason. And this has a Chimera. Bed heating. Okay, bed heating. So, yeah. How much does it cost to get one of those drones and controller? What's the flight time? They look cool. Okay, BW's electronic. For FPV, I am really not the one to ask. I bought a lot of the stuff I bought back in 2018, and then it sat on a shelf, and now I'm getting into the hobby. But TLDR, you need goggles. The cheapest goggles that anyone will recommend are the EV800s. That's what I fly with. They're like 80 to 100 bucks. Depending on where you find them from. Controllers, there's actually some decent cheap controllers. I think it's the Zorro. The Zorro's like currently like one of the recommended entry-level controllers. Get ELRS. There's different protocols, which is like the way the controller talks to the transmitter, which is your controller, talks to the receiver. There's different protocols. The current one that everyone likes is ELRS. It's open source, cheap hardware, amazing range. Don't get Free Sky. You can get into Free Sky cheap. FR Sky, whatever it's called. Don't. It's shit. You go like 20 feet, it fail safes. It's old. It's outdated. Don't go with it. This Whoop in Canadian pesos, like 100 USD. Batteries. It depends how big you want to fly. You want to fly DJI digital 1080p high frame rate as your link. You're looking at $3,000 for a setup because you gotta. Well, actually no, or 600 for the goggles. The O3 module is 300 bucks, or you could buy a bind and fly that has it built in. There's a couple hundred or like 600 bucks there. Batteries are 40 bucks each. Like, ew. Plus Canadian prices are horrible. Or you could fly cheap analog Whoops and get an all-in-one package for $200-300 bucks to go. Oh no, the music, shoot. I forgot I needed subject you to Christmas music. There we go. So right now we're heating up the nozzle because the bed's not heating up. Why is not the bed heating up? Oh no, the bed is heating up. The bed's heating up to 60. Okay. It's probably gonna freak out and do a G32. Shoot, I just realized that. It's gonna try and do a G32. I don't have G32. Shoot. Yeah, it's probably gonna freak out and try and do a G32. I don't know if I have this set up for G32. We'll find out in a minute. But the thing is, it's... Okay, you can fly DJI or you don't need the goggles. Here's the thing, if you're flying FPV, like the kind of flying I'm doing, you need the goggles. You don't fly FPV looking at the screen. It's nowhere near the same. Pretty much nobody flies using your phone because the latency, when you're whipping around at 90 miles an hour trying to fly through gaps this big, the latency will kill you. Where are you going? Are you trying to extrude? Oh, shoot. It would probably help if I actually clicked the button so that my extruder was engaged. Let's end this. Repair. Auto home. There we go. Okay, so I didn't have the arm engaged, so it wasn't extruding filament. Okay. Print from SD card. Calibration. There we go. Okay. But when it comes to the hardware, the thing is, getting into it is more expensive than once you're in it. Well, because once you have the goggles, you have the goggles. Once you have the transmitter, you have the transmitter. So you don't need to go out and buy it again for the next set. So then you can just buy another quad. But if you buy, so for example, I started with a 3-inch. And now I also have a tiny whoop. So I need different batteries for each. I need different chargers for each. Some lipos, like the bigger lipos, you can use the same charger. On tiny whoop batteries, you need usually a dedicated charger for the 1S batteries for tiny whoops. Yeah. Jason, thank you for becoming a member. Sorry if I missed that. There we go. Sanity's here. And by the way, if you haven't, make sure you enter for your chance to win some filament from Polymaker. We give away a spool every stream. Okay, let me get my official support system set up here. So again, this is running 8-bit Marlin. And it's got DRVs, it's got a ramps. The motors are whatever amperage they came set from RCF. We might be not pushing it to the limits because there's probably Marlin configured maximum acceleration rates baked into it. So we probably aren't hitting those. Also, we're totally screwing up our first layer. Why are we screwing up our first layer? Oh, because the other nozzle is dragging. That'll do it. Yeah. So, let's see here. Yeah, can I get that off? Yeah. So this is the fun part with the Chimera, and why people seem to not like the Chimera. The Chimera is a dual, is it the Cyclops? No, is this Chimera? This is a Chimera. The Chimera has dual nozzles. Okay, it literally looks like two V6s next to each other, which is great and hunky-dory and handy and awesome. But if you don't have them at exactly the same level, yeah, that bed's hot. Or if your filament decides to, you know, warp up ever so slightly, your other nozzle is going to catch it every time. So what we're going to do is take this other nozzle and just push it out of the way and not deal with it. There we go. So that's what we're going to do. Can't be a problem if it's not a problem. Print from SD card, Calibration. Bed heating. There we go. Here's the other block. I just loosened the set screws that hold them in place and just moved it up out of the way. Third time's the charm. Fate is Tai Chi. Which is a Tai Chi? It's like the 2-in-1 out. Probably fine. Like, here's the thing. I want to throw some upgrades on here, but I know a lot of people don't want me to. I may put a Revo in it. I have a Revo. I could put a Revo in it if I wanted to. But really, that would be like, in terms of what I really want to see how little you need to do to an old design to actually bring it to current age. Because let's be honest, what does this have that an X1 Carbon has? Pretty much exactly the same hardware. It's got, you got NEMA 17 motors. This is Gates GT2 belt. You got some bearings. You got LMUs. You got rods. You got a bed with PI. You got a block of metal that melts filament. Like, yeah, it's not direct feed, but I mean, like, there really hasn't been much change in 3D printing hardware in the past 10 years. Or actually, no, won't go far that back. Since about 2015, 2016, things sort of settled on where everything is. Okay, we totally had a shift there because we are extruding in air. That's off a little bit. I don't know if I did a bed probe. I didn't do a bed probe on this. That's right. What's it here? Nope. Yeah, we'll see if it sticks. Yeah, we might be okay. We might be okay. Let's see here. Gary, gifted 1 community membership. Cheers, Gary. Yeah, the technology settled. Like, everyone's super excited that the Bamboo is doing stuff that we've been dicking around with on the hobby side, like the DIY side, for like the past 3-4 years. So it's like, yeah, it's cool and all, but like, we already, this does everything this does, other than not LiDAR. I have to adjust my bed offset a bit. So that first layer is not too healthy, I will say, but we'll see if we can get a finished print out of it, because the how's the extruder holding up? I think our biggest downfall, I think our biggest limitation on this setup, honestly, is going to be the extruder. I think the extruder not being able to keep up is going to be what's gonna hold us back the most here, because we got, what do we got, 205 on the nozzle. Yeah, I gotta heat this nozzle up. Yeah, this nozzle's way too cold. 220. Yeah, this extruder is not keeping up. See if 220 is a little bit better. It's like... Cheers, Rogue. Sounds good. How thick? 1 millimeter. This is how we used to do it back in the day. You just slapped on a 1 millimeter, well, 40 mils thick slab of where's the PI from? I'm trying to remember. It's CS Hide PI directly on the bed, and that's what you did. But for those of you that have been graced by the audio repertoire that is the Bamboo, just to put it in perspective, if you're doubting when I say this is the loudest machine, that is the loudest machine I own. This is DRVs on 8-bit Marlin. That ain't that loud. This is 2016 hardware. Literally, this, for those that don't know what this is a Voron 1.0 kit with hardware from 2016. Obviously, there's a few substitutions for like newly purchased equipment, but in terms of everything that is on this machine, you could have purchased it in 2016. And I don't know about you, that sounds reasonable. This isn't on a concrete slab. This doesn't have dampeners or TMCs. It's got DRVs. It's got Soviet tractor DRVs driving these motors. Like, where's your serial? It's VK20. Voron kit serials were assigned on purchase. It's newer than my Focus. It is newer than my Focus, and my Focus is a lot louder. I'm really hoping that it makes it another year. I'm not looking forward to if the Focus dies on me. I really don't want to deal with that. Oh, by the way, you know what? I'll let this print for a little bit. So this is estimating 54 minutes, by the way. So it's a 54 estimate on the print time. Yeah, I got my Focus back. Unfortunately, what happens when you take a 10-year-old car and just make it sit on a dealership lot for 4 months? It sounds worse now than when I dropped it off, but they won't do anything because it's DRVs are Texas Instrument. Jack Black, you're the funny man. This is the joke. Whoosh, over your head. They're DRVs. They're ancient technology and, you know, Soviet tractor. Brr. And they're remember, DRVs were the loud option. A4988s were the quiet option back in the day. How does the DRV compare to the A4988? They had 32-bit microstepping as an option versus 16 microstep. And if I remember correctly, they could drive more torque to the motor. You could set a higher VREF. However, they were louder. And they had some weird defect where they caused salmon skin effect. Like there was something weird with the pulse where it would cause salmon skinning. So you actually would buy an additional board that you would plug like in between the driver and the motor that would like smooth it out. It was a smoother. Yeah, TL smoothers, that's where they're from. They only work on this one driver. If you use TL smoothers on any other driver, you're wasting your money. They are literally designed for DRVs. I am gonna have to plug in Octoprint for this though at some point, because I gotta pull the values off of it for, or actually no, I could do that on over ProntoFace, right? I could plug it in via ProntoFace and be like, hey, send it a command to get all my default values for accelerations and whatnot, right? I think. M503. Okay, yeah. We'll do that after this print. So we'll let this print finish, and then I'll plug in a USB. I gotta find a USB-A cable. What year is it? And then we'll make it talk. We'll see what information we can glean from it. By the way, so I've been playing around with the P1P. In case you haven't noticed, I only have 2 panels on mine because I can't get the bloody panels for the P1P to print well. They sent me custom panels that print flat, but they also include panels that like print vertically. And I don't know what it is with these vertical panels, I cannot get them to print good. Like these ones are off the, can't remember if it's my V2 or the Bamboo, but they all print like shit. I can't get these panels to print good. Everyone else is using the custom ones they sent. I'm trying to print the stock generic ones that, you know, little Timmy's gonna have access to when he gets this printer. And I just can't get them to print good. And that's on the Bamboo with the default settings. Like this, you get this like weird salmon skin effect. Like sometimes some of them come out really good and then some of them just don't. I don't know what's going on with it. But then it knocks out, you know, like these guys, no problem. So I don't know. So I haven't enclosed it. But I was thinking about that the other day because I was trying to print stuff. And remember how the Bamboo is loud as shit? Let me pull it up here. Let me pull it up here. This. Go back, go back. I don't want that. Who the hell in their right mind is going to put this on the side of their Bamboo? Imagine the noise. Yeah, you know, it looks good for a promo shot, but imagine the noise. Or like all these little things that'll just pop off if they're not like glued in. Brian did. He put the pins on it or whatever they're called. Frame height on a Voron 1.0. It is exactly 16.6 inches. I don't have a bigger metric scale. And that's with the feet and the little printed parts on top. Pigeon prints, I find that joke that you just said funny, and I understand it, but I'm not going to approve it for the masses because there might be little kiddies present. This stuff ain't bad, actually. Land Shark. It was on sale at the grocery store. Steve. I guess Steve's here. Hi, Steve. How you doing, Steve? You're doing a the V0 S1 or whatever the LDO like upgrade kit, right? You're doing one of those builds starting tomorrow, I think. Neat. They offered, here's the thing, LDO, Jason's like, hey, do you want that? It's like LDO's coming out with like an upgrade kit, like it's an improved V1 point or V0.1 kit. It's got like the Kirigami bed and a few other minor upgrades, and they offered me one, and I'm like, I'm waiting on V0.2 to be released before I do another V0 build. Because my brother in Christ, I've done 3 of them on stream already. I've milked the teat of the V0 build to dry. I don't want to subject you guys to another V0 build until there's something really new. So we ain't gonna go down that road again. Tara, yeah, we have beer at the beer store now, or the grocery store. I know it took long enough. Can't get coolers and you can't get liquor though. It's beer and wine only. Any chance you can make my profiles available? Daniel, if you go on the, let's see here. Let's load up the Only Benchies Discord. The greatest source of Only Benchy information. So, on the Discord. Let me make sure I push the right button here. Okay, look at this. This is the Only Benchies Discord. Okay. Let me pull this over a bit. Oh, no, this window. Is it this? No. No, I want that window. Okay. No. No. There we go. Okay, look. I can't show you anything beyond that. Okay, so this is the Only Benchies Discord. This is my community Discord. Lots of cool people there. You should join it. If you go to the, I think, additive manufacturing channel, and then it's pinned, there you go. Oh, no, that's my macros. Maybe it's under general chat. I don't know. I don't know. Is it in one of these? I could have sworn I pinned it at one point. Oh, here you go. Okay, so go to the Nero 3D channel. Okay, go to my Super Slicer profile. There you go. It is for a V2.4 config. Fun fact, I use the exact same config on all my printers. All my Vorons are in the exact same config. All I do is go into the machine size and change the machine size for each one. They are not the fastest profiles in the world, but they are rock solid reliable on all my machines. My machines, your money may vary. Make sure you set up your start stop macros accordingly to your machines, and make sure you set up your bounds correctly in the machine settings for your specific machines, along with any other machine specific things. But if you want it, it is there. I use one profile for all my machines. It's good enough, and I have too many machines to have keeping updating different profiles. I'm lazy. It works. So there you go. I should pick one channel. I probably should, but that's what happens when the people ask me stuff at different points when there's less channels in the Discord, and I just throw it in one channel and pin it when they ask for it. Yeah, this extruder is not keeping up, but we'll get some information. Or the Prusa filament settings. Oh, that's because like all you do is you just import the Prusa settings. Like you just load up a default, like just pull in a Prusa, and there's all your Prusament settings, and then you load up the profile for like a rat rig, and like you download the rat rig and it sticks all those, because you can pull from different, so you can have like right now we have it set up where it's my generic V2.4 print setting config, the generic PLA rat rig config, which I find works pretty good, and then my V1 printer settings config. You can have different configs. You can usually people download it in one bundle, but you can like pick and pull. So if you really like the way Prusa's speeds work on your switch wire, run a Prusa profile and just run a separate printer config for it. So good candidate for a CHD. This, I think our downfall is the extruder. I think the issue we're having is with the extruder on this. So the plan is if we run into, in terms of modernizing the V1, the plan is we're going to do a bunch of prints. We're going to try and find the point that this actually prints reliably good. Okay. And right now we're past that point, so we're gonna have to dial it back in the next print. The plan is we're gonna print this fully stock, find its breaking point, and then find its acceptable good print quality point. We'll do a bunch of prints, and I'll mark them and we'll keep them, and I'll try to use the same spool of filament for everything. Then we're gonna flash Clipper on it, and same hardware with Clipper, and then we'll redo those tests and see if we get any improvement, and then we'll upgrade it to a new extruder and a new hot end, because in my opinion, those are the two most out-of-date things. Because Clipper allows us to drag this ramp sport kicking and screaming to the modern day. Because yeah, we don't have TMCs, but really what does that get you on a modern machine? Well, we're not running sensorless homing, so we don't need sensorless homing. We're not running the stepper voltage. We just leave it at its rated voltage and we just don't mess with it. Well, you don't need to adjust that. There's no spread cycle. There's no stealth chop. We just motor go burr. What do we really lose? Or what do we really gain going to TMCs? And it's Clipper, so 8-bit isn't a hindrance. So this is pre-Mobius. This is pre-Mobius. This basically has a belted version of the Wade's extruder. What are we hitting? The extrusion, the extrusion is not consistent. We are under extruding by quite a bit. Like the extruder is not keeping up. So yeah, Bamboo uses what is it, MOSFETs and an H bridge to drive their motors. Would it be a good candidate for an M4? Yes, I could just literally bolt one right on the side and call it a day. Literally, I can bolt one right on the side here and call it a day. Actually, no, that goes that way. Does that go that way? Where's the other one? I literally have two here. I can mount however I want them. But yeah. No, yeah, that goes that way, yeah. I don't know. I'm tempted to put like an LGX light on it, honestly. An LGX light and a Revo. Just upgrade the tool head. Leave the same 40-20 part fan and call it a day. Just slap a Revo on it. M2, M4. They used to be on the switch wire before I switched it over to the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder. Yeah, why would I take them apart? Like I didn't need the motors, so I just kept them together. They were originally on the switch wire when it ran before it ran the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder. V6 baseline. There's no point going to just a V6 because this is a Chimera. This is just two V6s side by side. Where I have like I've got Revo right here. I could throw in it if I really wanted to. This has a 0.6 in it, I think. Do I have a 0.4 nozzle for a Revo somewhere? Somewhere. Maybe. But yeah. Although I don't think I have any of the Revo V6 heat sinks though. So I'd have to put design it for the micro. What's my thoughts on the tap versus Euclid? Tap. That's my personal opinion though. Your money may vary. Tap is more limiting. It has to be a stealth burner. Euclid, you have a little bit more design options. Cura, I haven't used Cura in forever. The only time I use Cura is really commercial machines. Like stock off-the-shelf machines like a Kingroon KP3S or like an Ender. Those I think are really good with Cura. But if you're going to be, you know, creating custom profiles for custom machines, I really like Super Slicer. I find it's got a bit more, you can do a lot more under the hood work with it. Do you print abrasive filaments? If so, what's my setup for doing it? I do dabble in the carbon fiber stuff occasionally, carbon fiber nylons, and PETGs and some PCs occasionally. My normal machines with Obsidians. That's got a Revo Obsidian 0.4 and that one's got a Revo Obsidian 0.6. And if I really need to get hot, I got a Mosquito down there with a tungsten carbide 0.4. If I need to go over 300. Daniel, I'm new to Voron, so trying to get ideas. 1 second here. Running the Creality Spider Pro on my... What is this Creality Spider? I don't know. Honestly, Creality's been kind of annoying me lately. Like, they really need to get their shit together and actually come out with some good stuff. Like, I'm still... The Sonic Pad. Okay? Let's go back to the Sonic Pad. Remember the Sonic Pad? Remember how this tried to burn my house down and kill my family? Yeah, the Sonic Pad, I love it. So for those that don't know what's up with the Creality Sonic Pad, Creality comes out with the Sonic Pad. because, you know, Clipper is the hot new thing and Creality wants to make money and nobody could buy a Raspberry Pi. So for whatever reason, if you don't want to just go out and buy a Big Tree Tech Pad 5, which is literally just a Raspberry Pi CM4 with a touchscreen, and you have full control over it, and it's not locked down, and you're not a slave to Creality, who isn't snooping on your data or whatever else they may be doing because you're stuck with their software, just do this, or just buy a Pi or whatever. But anyways, Pad 5, they come out with this. Creality and their clever geniuses who, you know, they don't 3D print. Creality doesn't 3D print. They just make stuff people want to buy, and they shove it out the door. So, Creality comes out with the Pad 5. It runs Clipper. Guess what? I'm not going to be like everyone else who reviewed this thing and just plug their Ender 3 into it and flash Clipper on it. This is compatible with other machines. Okay, you don't have to use this with a Raspberry Pi. It doesn't say that anywhere in the manual, which, did I throw it out? No, it's right here. It doesn't say it anywhere in the manual that it has to be used with a Creality machine. At the end, Clipper is controller board agnostic. It's designed to work with everything. So they come out with this. Well, I don't have an Ender. My Ender is in a box. I ripped it apart because I don't print with it. So I'm like, you know what? I'll use my KP3S. It's already got Clipper flashed on it, so I don't have to do the whole setup process. So, and because some people don't think I know how to read a freaking manual. Let's see. Can chat? My kid's in school, so read-alongs are a thing. I'm kind of used to them. So I'm going to need you, the followers in chat, okay? And this also helps with your engagement. So when somebody gives a membership, you have a chance of getting it if you're active in chat. So this is a little help along. So I'm gonna need you to read along with me. Can you read first use device connection? So everyone read along, okay? Can somebody read out this first line right here? What is it telling me to do? Is it telling me to plug in the Raspberry Pad or the Sonic Pad? Is it telling me to plug in the Sonic Pad? Is it telling me to plug in the Sonic Pad? Am I correct in that assumption right there, chat? Yep. Okay. Just waiting on some confirmation that I do know how to read. I'm not the only one. Okay, good. Okay, so the first step is to plug in your Sonic Pad, okay? So we've established that. Now, what is step 2? What is step 2 here? What is step 2? Connect your Creality Sonic Pad to a 3D printer with a USB cable to your printer. Use adapter if necessary. So this step, if I'm not mistaken, class, is now telling me to plug this into my printer. Is that a correct assumption? Now I've got a cable here, so I plug this into there. Is that correct? Right? Yes. Yep. You're correct. Okay. Now class, for those that have built a printer with Clipper, you've dabbled with a Voron, or you've done this kind of thing. If you're running Clipper, usually you're a little bit more involved. So if you've been running Clipper for a while and you've installed it on dozens of machines, the thing that runs my Raspberry Pi, or the thing that powers my Raspberry Pi, now, if you've built a machine before, when you turn your printer on, does this also turn on at the same time as your controller board? This and your controller board turn on at the same time. That is a reasonable assumption for those that have dabbled with Clipper, because usually you have either a separate power supply in the system, or if you're running like a Pi 2 or a 02 like this, you're pulling power directly from your MCU, your Octopus, for example, to power this. So it is right to assume that your MCU, your CPU running Clipper, and your printer can be powered on at the same time. Yeah, we're going Better Call Saul on this. Okay, so it's safe to assume that if somebody knows Clipper, you should expect that this and the printer should be receiving power at the same time while they're connected. Okay. Now, what Creality did is assume the people that purchase their printers are idiots. and they included a baked-in configuration for an Ender 3. Now, when you boot this up, next step, you pick your language. Okay, you have to wait 10 seconds to read their EULA, or they probably scrape all your information, but whatever. Okay, Clipper doesn't make you read a EULA, but this makes you read a EULA. Okay, I agree. Okay, I'm in America. I'm in New York. Okay, I'm gonna skip this part because it's my Wi-Fi information. Next. Okay, so we're gonna call it the Sonic Pad. Next. Okay, so right here, you got all your options. Okay. Oh, other models. Look at that. It does work with other printers, people that think this is only for Creality printers. So, other models. Now, here's the fun fact. What you just saw is the exact steps I took with my KP3S. I plugged this in, I connected it via USB to my KP3S, and then I turned both machines on. Because if it's Clipper, that's kind of how you do it. It's a reasonable assumption. But the funny thing is, watch, you click other models. Okay, other models. Okay, nope. Okay, other models, next step. Please insert a USB stick. The printer CFG should be included on the root directory. Make sure there's no other device. So right now it's asking for that printer CFG file for that other printer. So what do? Well, I start walking around this room trying to find a thumbstick. Meanwhile, the default configuration that's preloaded and preset to launch on here, there's a printer.cfg already on this, ready to rock for an Ender 3, has connected to my KP3S because they happen to use the exact same MCU and they have the exact same USB interface chip. That's a very common thing. As far as this is aware, this is connected to an Ender 3. And the end stop pin on an Ender 3 happens to be the heater pin on a KP3S. And my heater is now running away with no error protection. You wonder why I don't like this. Now, here's the fun part. They fixed it. After I, pointed out that their thing literally will burn somebody's house down because they don't know what the hell they're doing. They're literally just copying, pasting the minimal that they have to do to figure out how an operating system works for a 3D printer. They're like, we fixed it. Huzzah! We are saved. So they've got a software update. I can't update the software. I have to set up a printer and I can't install software. Now, I haven't actually tried this. So while you're looking at that, and my webcam is frozen, 1 second here. Oh, 1 second here. I accidentally unplugged it, I think. 1, 2, 3. Activate. There we go. I'm actually going to see if I can connect to this over my home network. Because if I remember correctly, they lock this shit down and you don't have root access. I believe they say in the manual not to turn on your printer before the setup config, but yeah. Nope. Does not say that anywhere in my machine or in my manual. It literally says product description, packing list, interface button, operating precautions. Please use this product strictly in accordance with manual, blah, blah, blah. Do not place the machine near any source of heat. Do not use the power adapter that comes with the machine, or please use the power adapter that comes with the machine. Do not place this product in vibration or unstable environment. Don't put it on your bamboo. Please power off to clean the product. And user should comply with laws and regulations, blah, blah, blah. Device connection. It literally doesn't say anywhere not to have your printer on when you do it. And if you've played with Clipper before, this has never been an issue before until Creality did this. So. Well, I don't know what they call it, but I don't see it on my home network. Let's see if this is. So maybe they've updated the manual because I think I have a pre-production one, but this just goes to show you, like, I don't trust Creality with this stuff because they obviously don't know what they're doing. Anyone that has worked with Clipper before knows how to properly deploy Clipper, like on an install. You don't have it pre-set up with a config ready to rock out of the box when there's multiple options for what you could be power or running. Like, this is why I don't like, people have been asking me to finish reviewing this. I really don't want to, because there's really no point. Because guess what? At the end of the day, this is a Raspberry Pi that Creality has control over instead of you. Why would you want that? If you want the built-in touchscreen interface, you want an all-in-one unit, go get a Big Tree Tech Pad 5 and throw a CM4 or a SB1 in it. Because this, you have full control over. You can install whatever you want on this. You don't have to agree to a Creality EULA to run open source hardware. That's what I don't like about it. Klipper is open source. Why are you agreeing to a Creality EULA? Why? Why are you giving Creality access to your info for Klipper? So yeah, there we go. You shouldn't need lawyers. Honestly, all Creality needed to do is ship that thing with nothing on it and just show you how to tell you how to install Klipper on it. Or just literally base model Klipper. Because at the end of the day, all that is Klipper with a slightly easier setup point to install it on Creality machines. Once you have it installed, it's just Klipper. What's the point then? Like, sure, Klipper is hard to get into. It's not anymore. There's a million videos. You literally just copy and paste stuff from a web page and do a command line. It's easy. But all that offers you is a slightly easier setup process for Creality machines. After that, you're in a walled garden. You're in a gated community. Why take that little easy step and have to deal with it later, all the detriment later? I don't know if that even runs mainline Klipper. Like, can you update that to the latest version of Klipper, or are you still reliant on Creality? Because what happens if the Creality servers go down? 3D experiments, please don't compare me to that person. I don't know. I personally, I'm just a little miffed of hardware that tries to burn my house down. Like, is there a Clippers for Dummy? The Klipper, just Google Klipper, go to the Klipper webpage. There is a ton of information about Klipper, how to set it up, tons of YouTube videos. I do a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them on my channel. There's a whole section called Klipper. It's literally not as hard as you think it is. The only difference is Klipper itself is you have to look at it a little bit differently than like Marlin, but it's easier, but it's not. It's just different. Once you understand how it works, it's quite simple. And you know, you got the advantages of RepRap firmware, where you can edit the configuration of your printer on the fly and save it, no compiling. Thank God. Downside is you have to run it with you need a Raspberry Pi to run it, or equivalent. What resilient cold end do you use for abrasive filament printing? I printed on my Revos. Like, Eric, are you worried about actually wearing out like your heat break with abrasives? Unless you are printing an obscene amount of abrasives, I really wouldn't worry too much about it. If you print like the odd print here and there out of CF nylon, I wouldn't really worry. But if all you do all day is print CF nylon, look for something that uses a V6 heat break. Like, literally go get an E3D V6 with the titanium heat break, because the heat breaks on a V6 are thick. All the stuff that uses the thin stainless steel tube heat breaks, like the Revo, Mosquito, Dragon, etc., those are the ones that wear out from abrasives. Not to be a dick, but that is a user mistake. That's there's a difference between a company sending a product that is botched like that out and somebody with a default config. And honestly, this is the first time even hearing of that. So how many people were affected by that? Like, this was something Creality didn't even know until I made a video about, that they didn't even think that this was an issue. Like, there's a difference between an honest to goodness mistake and that. But yeah, do you even have do you have a source for that? Because like, I don't know. And was that off the official GitHub? Like, is it like a day one, oh shit, like an hour after release we caught that thing? DePark, $5, cheers. What is the best way to remove heat sets off old parts? Easy. Use your heat set tool, heat it up, and then just put it into the part, and then just kind of twist it out. Like, just pry it out. Honestly, the problem I have with Creality is they got lazy. They shit out the same printer every year. Let's be honest, they're just V-wheel bed flingers with a new shiny toy on it. They haven't come out with anything new in a while. Even the Sonic Pad isn't really a thing. One, FL Sun came out with it first with their V400. The V400 has the Sonic Pad on it, basically. They have the Sonic Pad before Creality copied the idea or designed it at the same time. Let's be honest. So. Okay, let's change it up from Christmas music. While I like the Christmas music, the soundtrack's pretty short. Let's go to Synthwave. Speeder pad can have official builds on it. Yep. Creality is the Apple of printing. Oh God, no. Oh God, no. Apple products actually work, and they don't sell them for dirt cheap, for one. If anything, like, Polymaker is the Apple of 3D printing. Yep, the skirt's thick. Print your skirt 3 layers thick. Comes off the bed easier. The Ender 6. Was that the one that Joel took the grinder to? Bamboo Lab? No, Bamboo Lab is not the Apple. Bamboo Lab has one product, and they've only been in the 3D printing space for 6 months. They are not the Apple. They have one product. That was a 7. Okay, that was a 7. Yeah, for some reason, Creality thought you needed NEMA 23s to get the advertised speed of the Ender 7. The current speed benchy record is with NEMA 14s, by the way. At least last I checked. Creality is the E-machines. Yeah. The thing is, you can't, like, the whole, oh, X is the Y of Z doesn't really work. Because if X was the Y of Z, they would just be the Y is the Y of Y. Like, not all, you know, not everything compares equally. So, yeah. Bamboo has 3 products technically. No, they don't. They have the same printer that either you take it off the assembly line at the beginning and you get the P1P, you take it off in the middle and you get the X1, or you take it off at the end and you get the X1C. It's the same product. Like, I don't even like calling the P1P the P1P, in my opinion. They are, the X1 and the P1P is the same printer. They're the exact same printer. All they are, like, literally the exact same printer. That just has a touch screen and panels on it and some other stuff strapped to it. If I buy a base model F-150, I can't call the fully loaded F-150 a different car. It's the F-150 Platinum. They're the same car. They're just different trim levels. Or in the P1P's case, it doesn't have any trim. Wow, this is really under extruding. And it's at 220 too, right? Yep. Meet the Cessna, Chevy Cavalier of the skies. Regular car reviews. I love that channel. They're like one of the channels that I've just been subscribed to since forever that I still watch. Do you have any videos about the Raspberry Pad 5? The Big Tree Tech Pad 5? No, I was gonna do a video on it and something came up and I never actually finished doing the video on it, but like it's fine. The problem is at the end of the day, all this is a Raspberry Pi with a screen attached to it. The installation process is a little bit different because this has the eMMC, so you have to you have to like do it via eMMC, which if you watched how we set it up on the salad fork, it's the same thing. But then after that, it's just a Raspberry Pi with a screen attached to it. Like that is the video. Like I could show it doing things, but it where'd I put it? Yeah. There you go. So you take a Raspberry Pi and you tape it to a screen and you get this. That's the video. Like I literally recorded like all the B-roll for a video with the Pad 5, and then I just never recorded the video because it was like, okay guys, and today we're talking about the Pad 5. It's a Raspberry Pi with a screen attached to it. And then I was gonna play, I had the Raspbian installed on this. I think I have Raspbian installed on it right now actually. And I played like a video, like I'm like, oh look, you can go on YouTube, you can play Doom on it. I think, do I have any of the B-roll? Let me, did I save any of it? Yeah, here it is right here. So I got like the unboxing. Yeah, there's me playing Quake on it. You can play Quake on it. Can't do that on a Sonic Pad now, can you? I think I played like a video on it. Yeah, there you go. I did the LTT thing. I played Crowd. The screen looks really good on it, actually. And there's Clipper. Like you can, so it's like the whole video was literally me trying to fill air over, like when you're in school and you have to write an exam, or you have to write a one-page story and you fill out everything in the first paragraph, and then you're like changing every time, like, oh, anytime Bob is mentioned, it's now Bobulu Smithsonian the 5th. Like you're just filling in, throwing in words. That's what the review for this turned out to be, because it's okay, you have to install your operating system slightly differently, and then afterwards it's just a Raspberry Pi with a screen attached to it. Use it normally. The end. I could have made a YouTube short about it. Yeah, SpongeBob writing the is what happened. Literally, I had it all ready to go, and then I went to record the actual video, and I'm like, I don't know what to do for this. I hate shorts. The thing is with shorts, I'm like, who was it? Was it no, the boy in space. The boy in space? Is that who it was? It's boy in space. It's a boy in space. I'm trying to find him. I follow him. Can I search my own followers? Oh, here you go. It's boy in space. There you go. Okay. Great guy. I've got nothing against this guy. Absolutely nothing against this guy. He does what he does. He's awesome at it. But he does short form content. Okay. So he's normally TikTok, but he started doing YouTube shorts. So in the past 28 days, he's got 4.4 million views on YouTube in shorts. 4.4 million views. My best month ever, I think I just broke 300,000 views in a month. Okay. So he's got 4.4 million views in the last 28 days. Analytics, let me pull up mine. So, and just for full disclosure, in my past 28 days, I've got 294,000 views. So this month's actually been pretty good for me. 294,000 views. Okay. He's got 4.4 million. His watch hours, 55,000. Now I can't show you mine. I can't show you the whole thing because there's stuff. But my watch hours, 99,000 watch hours. I have almost twice as many watch hours with a fraction of the views. That's the problem with shorts. They get you good views and they get you a ton of subs, but it doesn't pay anything. It doesn't pay anything. You make no money off of it. They get you views and subscribers, but it doesn't convert monetarily at all. Which is why I do the odd short now, but I'm very hesitant to go fully in for shorts because they don't convert. They don't convert. I have TikToks with 1 million plus views. It doesn't do shit. It didn't add to anyone else joining my YouTube channel. It didn't add to any growth to my YouTube channel. It didn't lead to any money. So what's the point? I'm just saying that, full disclosure, this is my job. So while I do stuff for fun, I do have that in the back of my head. Oh, I got a mortgage. Does YouTube pay by the watch? YouTube ad payout for like AdSense pays by the watch, by hour. Yeah. And shorts make diddly squat. They're not even correctly monetized. My last short, I've made 11 cents off of it. Shorts. So the plan is, or the idea is, the more people that are subscribed to your channel, the more people join your streams. So even in my videos, when I have a video that unless I have a video that does very, very good, even my videos are usually a net loss, but they get people subscribed to the channel, which watch the streams. I get more people that subscribe based off videos and streams. But people that watch shorts consume content differently, and it's not a direct conversion. I'm more likely to get somebody who watches a video watch a stream than somebody who watches a short, because shorts are shorts. They're not consuming your content through the subscription feed. They're consuming your content through the short page and the home page. They're consuming the content that YouTube shoves at them, not what they want to see, or not what they tell YouTube they want to see. They go with what YouTube assumes that wants them to see. So like YouTube is changing up how shorts get paid out in February, I think. They're changing it to actually where you do actually make AdSense off of it. So maybe it'll make a bit more sense, but yeah. Premium is really good. Premium is really good. I broke it down. I think I did it on a member stream a while ago, but I broke down, I'm full on, like, I won't disclose actual numbers. Okay. I think that is private information, but you know, I work for you guys. This is my job. Hi boss. You are my boss. I am beholden to you. So I do like trying to be as open as I can. Okay. When it comes to sponsorships, if it's been a while, it's been a hot minute since we've had a sponsor on this channel, but I like being open, and I think that's fair enough. You guys support the channel. I figure I should, you know, give you some information, but I broke it down on what my revenue source off YouTube is. If you can imagine, 4 parts is directly from subscriptions, so memberships and super chats and gifted memberships. So if 4 parts of my revenue from YouTube is memberships, super chats, and gifted memberships, 2 parts of my revenue is AdSense. 1 part of my revenue is YouTube Premium revenue. There's your breakdown. So Premium is actually really good as a top up to AdSense. It's weighted pretty heavily. How should I make it my job before? Again, I don't want to go into specific numbers, but basically I'm doing okay. My expenses are less because I'm at home. I'm not traveling and the little guy's not in daycare. So that kind of helps a bit there. So I have lower expenses. Leo the Human, so 1/7 of the income off YouTube. It's weighted more heavily though. So if somebody with premium watches my video, it counts more than a single person than I would make off AdSense. So not everyone has premium, but they're weighted heavier than the average person with that versus AdSense. So at the end of the day, if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, there's links in the description. Consider buying some filament from Polymaker. They make good stuff. Affiliate link doesn't cost you anything extra. Goes a long way in supporting the channel. You like this hat? It's Only Benchies merch. You want to buy some Only Benchies merch? Link in the description as well. And then don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell. And blah, YouTube spiel. Call to action. Blah. Do I run a print farm? No, this is my farm. The problem is I don't have room. I have been on the hunt trying to find a location to work out of for a while. There's nothing in my area and nothing within my budget. I live in the area between towns, so it's all the burbs, and there's like no industrial park or whatever I can rent. And I can't be running a print farm out of here. One, with all these printers running, it's loud in this room and it's hot in this room, and I can't record or do live streams when they're running. So there's that. But no, I'm hoping YouTube brings in, one of the things I would like to do on Twitch, they have Twitch Prime, where if you're subscribed, or if you have Twitch Prime, you can link your Twitch account, or if you have your Amazon Prime, you can link your Twitch account, and you get a free Prime sub a month. That is big for a lot of creators on Twitch. YouTube doesn't have an equivalent. I'm hoping they bring in something equivalent to that with YouTube Premium, because I know they want more people on Premium. So if they add something where if you're like a YouTube Premium subscriber, you get like a free membership or membership you could toss out a month. Take over the other spare bedroom. If we get to 200 likes, I'll show you the state of the other spare bedroom. If we get to 200 likes. Samuel, 1000 CLP. CLP. I can't remember what CLP is. Any plans to make a keychain for merch? So my merch store is done through Stream Elements, so I really only have the option of merch they offer. I don't, like, when you buy the Only Benchies hat, the Stream Elements store makes it and sends it to you. I don't have like a warehouse full of these. So 212. Okay, that's quick. Okay. This is some of the other room, because this is the only picture I have. Yeah. Should have said 300. I'm reasonable. Plus, let's be honest, everyone's going to smash the vote anyways and then call it a day. It's a lot of printers. Yep. It's already a print farm. The problem is they're all just generic printers. Like, what am I up to right now? What am I up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 FDM in this room, 2 resin. So, notepad. So 12, 2. Let me pull up that picture of the other room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I got 32 printers currently. I've got 32 printers currently. 2 of them are resin. and 2 CNCs. So that's my current stock. I like simple. I click this button right here and give you money for making my adventures in 3D printing better. Phil R, $4.99. Cheers. Thank you. You need a hobby. I have a hobby. And James, $20. Cheers. Because you do good work. Thank you. I am currently looking into somewhere where I can donate a bunch of these printers. The problem is I like making a print out of them, farm out of them would be horrible because they're all just different. A lot of them are like just company reaches out, hey, do you want to review a printer? I'm like, I'll do an unboxing. And then they send me the printer and I unbox it. And then let's be honest, wrong button. What am I gonna do with a, what's like one of the most recent ones? A KP3S. KP3S. It's a great printer. It's currently my recommendation for entry-level printer. But what am I gonna do with it? We fiddle around with it. We put clipper on it. But then, like, I've got 3 Vorons that I use for anything, and then I got the Bamboos, and then I got whatever random PLA printer I'm testing. Like, but I am trying to figure out somewhere to donate them reasonably. The problem is I live in Canada, shipping sucks. I don't have the boxes for any of them. I know people have offered to buy some of them, but got a V. Yeah, I got a V400. I actually use the V400. I use the V400 for anytime I need something tall. Become a pro cosplayer. Well, that's what I did the Mando suit with. I did a bunch of the Mando suit stuff on the V400. The problem is, as you can see, I'm running out of room already. So, like, I've given away a few printers to family members and friends, but yeah. Is there a makerspace? There is one. I thought it closed down actually, but I guess they're still open. They're in town. I gotta try and reach out to them to see if they're interested. So. Choose a charity. Crystal, I'm glad you mentioned that. So for those that don't know, I have a V0 I'm gonna give away at some point. I built a V0 last year it's a lector kit. It's got LEDs or RGB LEDs. The plan is to give it away. The problem is I'm still waiting on the E3D Sanjay Mortimer Foundation to actually get granted approval as a proper charity, so then I could do a drive for it. Because then it makes it a lot easier to raise funds for it, because some people have done fundraisers for it already. E3D have, but E3D is an organization. Those that have done fundraisers for it have like collected the money and then transferred it. I don't want to touch the money. I want the money going directly to them, but it needs to be trackable so that we can do giveaways and whatnot. So I'm waiting on that to get set up, and I might do something where we like, because I think going forward, I think if somebody offers to send me a printer, I think what we're gonna do is the unboxing, and then I'll just give away the printer, and then whoever wins it pays shipping and is responsible for duties. Because I've got a few people have reached out to me for some printers they want me to unbox. I think that's what we might end up doing in the future. Take some to Earth from Earth. The problem is I live in Canada, and I was tempted to, but crossing the border with a bunch of printers is just kind of a little. So. Have I seen the Manta M4P? I have a Manta M8P in the Salad Fork. The M4P is the same board. It's just half the drivers. Prusa Mark 3S. I have a Prusa Mark 3S. What printer is this? This, my dear friend, this is a Voron. Now you may be wondering, what Voron? The Voron. This is a Voron 1.0 kit from 2016. Jeff B, $5. Cheers. Entertaining, informative stuff. Thanks. Cheers. Am I coming to Murph? I am coming to Murph. So right now my current plans are for next year, Murph, and Rapid. Rapid is early. There's the first one of the year. It's in Chicago. That's a 4-hour drive to me. I could drive there. Cool. Murph is another 4-hour drive to me. Sweet. Earth is a 9-hour drive. It sucks, but I could do it. So Earth, Murph, and Rapid are the big 3 shows I plan on going to next year. There's also now Smurf, which is the Sanjay Mortimer Rep Rap Festival in England. on the other side of the pond. Unfortunately, it's expensive AF to go to the other side of the pond. And it's also during a period that is hard for my wife to get time off work because of her job. So that's a big maybe. I would love to go, but it is a big maybe for that one. Do not go to Chicago. I'm pretty sure Chicago is fine. I'm sure some areas of Chicago probably aren't the greatest, but like, I don't know. I know a bunch of people that went overseas to Sandbox and they all came back fine. So if they came back fine, I'm assuming Chicago ain't too bad. No, E3D is not paying me. Get Polymaker to sponsor their trip. If they want, they don't like, I don't know. It was very nice of David to sponsor. That's the last sponsorship I've done. So full disclosure, if you do not see me call out sponsored and you do not see a logo on the live stream, it is not sponsored. So even Polymaker, I love Polymaker, but they don't sponsor me. We do the giveaway. That's why you don't see their logo anywhere. Like sponsorships, I call them out heavily. I call out sponsorships heavily because it's disclosure and you guys have the right to know. Do something big at Smurf. Well, there are a couple people on the Voron team based in England, but like the majority of the team is American. So like, put it this way, when we went to, do I have the picture? Do I have the Voron picture? I don't think I have the Voron picture. When we went to Murph, that is the first time. It's in June. Yeah, it was in June. Let me see here. Did I have a picture of the team from Murph? I do not. I do not have a picture of the Voron team from Murph. Let me see here. Here we go. This picture. Okay, so this is a good chunk of the Voron team. So there's Max, there's Doc, there's me, there's Whopping, there's Steve there's everyone. Okay, there's a bunch of people. But the Voron team, if you go on the Voron Discord and see how many people are tagged with crew, which is like you are on the team if you are crew, basically. It's like 70 people at this point. The Voron team's a cabal. So this is the part of the Voron team that happened to live within reasonable driving distance or could, you know, spring the airfare to fly to an area in the Midwest US. So this is a small portion of the team. And it was the largest portion that I've ever gathered. So, and that was the first time many of us even met each other. Hey, it's done. This looks like ass. Okay, so I don't know about you, but that looks like poo. That is very stringy, and it is very under extruded. So let's hook this up to a computer and talk to it and see what we are actually dealing with in terms of like limits, and make sure we're extruding the right amount for one thing, and do all that. How does the PIF program work? Does it consider where you are? It's regional, yes. Yes, the PIF program is regional. It's Marlin. It is Marlin. Okay, I need to find, oh my God, a USB-A cable. I think I have one in the other room. Hey, Coda. Is that USB-A? No, that's a what? Oh, here we go. You want to come say hi, buddy? Hey, you want to come say hi? Wanna come say hi? No? Okay. Somebody does not want to say hi. USB-A. Now that's a cable I haven't heard in a long time. Man, this thing's so light. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so what is it? Ponterface? Ponterface. I have it installed. I should have it installed. I gotta download it maybe? Do I not have it download? Is it Ponterface or Pronterface? Oh, there, Pronterface. There it is. I do have it. Okay. Okie dokie. Ports. COM 13. Sure. Connect. Whoop. There we go. Okay. Marlin 1.1.0. Release candidate 6. Last updated 2016 April 24th. Author MZolan MZBot. Whew. Compiled July 29th. That's when he sent out the kit. Oh, so this is the original. Okay, so what is it? M503? Okay, so there's our steps per unit. Maximum feed rates, XY, millimeters a second. So it can move 300 millimeters a second on the X and Y. Maximum acceleration, 2,500. That's actually pretty reasonable. Okay, let's heat this up and make sure we're extruding the right amount. I don't think we even did an extrusion test. Yeah, we never did an extrusion test, so let's heat this up and we'll do a calibration extruder test. Wait, mouse rose. Okay, there we go. Ooh. What is that live stream all about? It's whatever we want it to be about today. Okay, so we're gonna extrude 100 millimeters of filament at 200 millimeters a minute. Sure, okay. Gotta wait for this to heat up. It's also all 12 volt too. So if we swap this over to Revo, I gotta get a 12 volt Revo. Bloody hell. Okay, 185, cool. Okay, so we are extruding in air. So let's extrude 100 millimeters, go. Oh, it's doing the thing, it's pushing the filament out. It's over here. Get my scale. Okay, it's bang on 100 millimeters. So we're extruding correctly. So our issue isn't extrusion, because we are extruding exactly what we tell it to extrude, but we're under extruding. So that means we're going too fast. Like the extruder cannot keep up with it. So yeah, yeah, even the infill is hollow. So yeah, it can't extrude fast enough. Let's swap this filament out for a, because this is, let's swap it out for a generic PLA, because this is ice, red ice. I don't know if it's got like, if it's, you know how like some filaments just don't like printing, they're a little finicky. That'll work. Trying to break filament with my hand because I didn't bring a knife into this room. Nope. Okay, that filament is totally stuck. 1 second here. Come on. Break. Dang it, Polymaker, your filament's too strong. There we go. There we go. Okay. Hopefully this is PLA. I didn't even check. Okay, so this is just our good old-fashioned generic Polymaker Polylite PLA Pro. Good vintage too. So throw that on. Feed it up into the machine. Uh-oh. Come on. Oh, there's a reason we don't use these extruders anymore. Snipped it the wrong. Remember when you had to like cut your filament in the right way for it to actually feed properly? And if you didn't, it just didn't feed properly. There we go. Okay. Okay. So that is that. Actually, unlock that so I can feed it through. Is that at 220? We were printing at 220. We were printing at 220. There we go. Okay. That is that. Is that still hot? That's still hot. Let's turn you off. Okay, heater off. So let's see what we can reasonably do to get this to behave a little bit better. Yeah, we were only at 185 there just to fiddle with it. Okay, so filament setting. So we're gonna go to 220, which that's actually normally what I print PLA at. I don't print PLA cold. And we got fan at 100. Okay, so we're going to use this as our base profile, but we're going to drop this down. So this is my normal YOLO profile. So obviously we're not pushing 2,500 millimeters a second, or as our max acceleration. So drop that down. Perimeter acceleration, we'll drop that down to 1,200. Okay, bridge acceleration 2,500. So anything that was super fast, we'll drop it down. Infill acceleration 2,000, and support, that's fine, 2,000. Okay. Travel will YOLO at 2,500. First layer is fine. Sparse infill will go with, I don't know, 2,000, whatever. Okay, so 2,000 there. Okay. First layer speed is fine, but our perimeter speed. So external perimeter, we'll have all this. We'll drop this down to like 80-40, 80-40, 80-40. Infill speed, that is way too fast. We'll drop infill down to 100. solid. We'll drop that down to 40. Support, 60, sure. Bridge speed, 60 or 80, whatever. Sure, it's a bridge. Internal bridges, 80. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. Travel speed. We'll leave travels at 300. It seemed to be okay. Actually, no. We'll drop travels to 200 just to play it safe. You're not really going to notice that unless you're printing like big stuff across the bed. Infill is 1,000. Oh, YOLO. Okay. Volumetric speed 12. Max print speed 200. Okay. So previously it was a 54-minute print. Slice now. And it's still showing a it's a 52-minute print. So we're running into minimum layer times. Yeah, so it's the minimum layer time rule, I think, is kicking in. But we're going a lot slower on the exterior. Okay, let's see here. So let's try this again. Let's try this again. And also, I gotta clean this bed up just a little bit. Really, you can't get in there. Why can't you get in there? Yeah, whatever. Enough. Okay. Card inserted. Print from SD card. Cali Dragon. Go. Let's try it again. Okay, hopefully it doesn't break. Extrusion. What is extrusion multiplier? Oh. I know, that's the rat rig. 1.0. Why are we doing that? Stop. Turn off. Oop, okay. Gotta let it turn off for a minute before it actually kills power to it. Card removed. Oh! I got the computer plugged in. Like, why is my controller still on? And like, that's why. Place now. Was the PID done on the hot end? No, no, it wasn't. We're gonna do a PID tune on the hot end. Shit. How do you do a PID tune on the hot end? on Marlin? How do you do that? Let's connect you back up. Okay. Disconnect. Connect. Well, I know prompt interface, but the command M301. Yeah, let's check here. Marlin PID tune. Auto tune. Is there an auto tune? Auto tune. Yeah, auto tune. M303. Okay. So okay, there we go. Oh, are we connected? Are we connected? M503. Yeah, we're connected. Okay, there we go. M303. Do that. Oh yeah, we'll do 220. Yeah, we'll do 220. Go. PD auto tune start. Is it heating up? It's heating up. Cool. While that's doing that, I'm gonna go get another zesty beverage. While I'm gone, the baby's in charge. He's always watching. I forgot how much 12 volts sucks. Andre's Tech, thank you for becoming a member. So, again, Land Shark. Drink them if you got them. Cheers. I really can't wait to build one of these. Little 2-inch. I really want to try it with the acrylic frame too, just to see how it fares. Because like it's got to be able to handle crashing. It's a Odonta frame. I cut it out of acrylic, just something to test. Okay, now it's doing it. Now we wait. Because it does the... Oh, find yourself a hot girl here. Everyone, if you are looking for the hot girls, there's a bot in chat. Well, you know, some of us may at times be lonely. Do not give in to temptation. Disregard the bot. Wanna come say hi? Come say hi. Ah, there we go. There you go. Like a good boy. What? You're out? You're out already? You want to say hi? Oh, is Mama down here? Is that why you're hanging out the door for a while? Doing good? You having fun going adventure in the neighbor's yard? Yes, doggo for likes. He's a 10, 11? I can't remember exactly. Okay, is it done? Oh no, that's each one. It's been a hot minute since I've done any Marlin configuring. Why are we not printing? Because this is a done frame. It's a done frame. I don't need to print the iterations of it. Like this is it right here. And here are the DXF files to cut them out. So the plan is there will be a video series in the future where we print these frames. We're going to be printing these frames. This is PETG, which don't print your quad frame out of PETG. Where we're going to be printing these frames and building up the quad and testing it with various different filaments. Waiting on the filament to show up so I can start doing that. And we will be testing it to see which filament is the best for that. And then I'll be doing a part 2 to it where I machine the frame out of different materials. But the Odonta, because it's a little bit of a pricier hardware spec, won't be being printed. It's going to be actually good stuff. Can't like again, so here's some money for doggo appearance. Leo the Human 690. Cheers. Funny numbers. Do you recommend the 3018 CNC? Would you like a lot of... Okay, so I have a 3018, like an actual base model 3018. I haven't really done much with it. They don't cut aluminum. They grind it away and make a mess doing it. If you want to actually cut aluminum, there are better machines out there. You're not going to be able to do it as cheap as you think. Aluminum. Oh, okay. Okay. So auto tune. Okay. How do I save this? M500, right? It's M500 to save, right? I think it's M500. I think. M301, M500, M500. Go! Why is it saying echo busy, paused? How do I stop the pause? M108, M108. M181. Uh, 181. M301. I had to click the button. Okay, so settings stored. So are we good? I think we're good. 25, 26. What is that? No. M301. Okay, that's the old one. M500. I have to enter the values. Oh, so M301. So what? I need to recompile using those values. Recompile? If that. Does it enter the new PID? Okay. So what do? I type Emma. Was it PIDC? Okay. So M P. Ooh. 25.26 I 1.71 D 93.24. And what's that last one? C100? C 100.00. I didn't do colons. I did the two dots. What do you mean the colons? What, just remove them? Like that? Go. Send. Do things. M500. Save it. Cool. M301. Hey, look at that. It's the values. We're good. We're good. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay. Neat. Export G code. Movable disk. Save. Save. Cool. Compile. Pfft, we ain't compiling. We're about to rip its brain out anyways. Why would I compile anything? Plus, I like that 2016 era fresh install of Marlin 1.10 RC6. I did an M301, it is safe. Check filament, it's 1.75. Because it's based off a config that I used previously, and it's 1.75. Yeah, it's 1.75. In Marlin, 503. Well, I don't think I gotta wait for it to load because it's like heating the bed and it's like Marlin, so it's paused until you load it. Christian, thank you for becoming a member. Like, I got nothing against Marlin. It's just the ease of use of Clipper. Like, in terms of making the printer go burr, it's a fine operating system. It's just compiling. Take care, Brandon. That is a horrible button, or horrible camera angle. There we go. That one works. Now do a temp tower. Jack Black. Jack Black. Blackjack. Blackjack. Jack Black. I have been involved in 3D printing since late 2017. I have 30-something printers. Of them, half of them I've built. Some of them many times. I have never done a temp tower on any of my machines, with any of my filaments. Ever. Because I'm lazy. I don't know. Or you just usually set most PLAs to 220 and they're good enough. ABS, set it for like 250, 260. Good enough. Okay, is that locked? That's locked. Good. Put a case on that phone. What, this phone? Oh no, I dropped it. There's a reason that phone's in this room. That's my burner phone. That's the outdated old phone that I use whenever I need to install sketchy Chinese firmware on stuff. Oop. Why'd you pause? Unpause. Resume print. Did I do the M503? Okay, there's my M503. If you want to see my M503, there you go. Why would you have a filament diameter? I'm assuming it's 1.75 because it's the default Voron Marlin install for when this kit was made, so. Okay, I need to return these boxes of Polymaker filament to their greatness. Where'd I put them? Where did I put them? Seriously, how do you lose 2 boxes of Polymaker filament? Oh, here they are. There we go. Did I PID with the fan on? No. It'll be fine. Not too concerned. Just kind of 25 rolls. 25 rolls of what? Compile Marlin from source or wrestle a bear while covered in bacon grease. Well, obviously I'll compile. I don't have a death wish, so I'll fight the bear. Default Marlin Voron config. This is a Voron 1.0 Voron kit from 2016. There weren't really a lot of other options but Marlin. Do you still have to compile Marlin? I thought it was different now. You don't have to compile Marlin anymore. No, Clipper was not out in 2016. I think, let me pull it up here. I don't know when, can you see when it was created? Commits. Can you sort by oldest? Like when it was created. Can you see when it was created? Insights. Commits. Let's go back. I don't know, but no, their Clipper is not. Yeah. Oh, the history README file. History. There you go. May 25th, 2016. Initial commit of source code. Clipper. There you go. 2016. Kevin O'Connor. So yeah, this predates Clipper by 2 months. A month. Literally. What do we pull it up? It's like April 24th. The Voron kit firmware was compiled, and this is May 25th. So 1 month after the firmware for this was compiled, Clipper was like created. But that was like the first GitHub. I don't know. I don't think it was in a functional state. Clipper 04 available. So Clipper really kind of blew up for the Voron team after the V2 came out. So that's 2018, like early 2018. So by mid 2018, I think is when people started using Clipper. Because like when I built my machine, V226, your option at the time was Marlin or Duet. I don't think nobody had Clipper on any of the V1 or V2.0s. I think Clipper started showing up in V2.1s. And Vorons would not be what it is without Clipper. Because with Clipper, the fact that you can slave multiple controller boards together basically made the V2 a realistic thing. Because before, either you ran it dog slow with Marlin, because 8-bit Marlin with 2 controller boards and 7 drivers and Core XY and 4Z was severely speed limited. And then, or you ran it with Duet, which, don't get me wrong, Duet's good hardware, but Duet plus a Duex, or Duet 2 plus a Duex 2, we were looking at like 500 Canadian just to control your printer. So. What do we have? We almost have 300 people in here right now. Jeez. It's Saturday night. What are you folks all up to? Hey, that's a lot of Timbits you could have bought with that, eh? So I can get a shout out. Jason 3D, I'm not going to say your name just because of that. 3D printing RC drift carts. Those are cool. I got to figure out another RC project to do. I kind of want to use the guts for my Death Racer because the 11-turn motors are way too powerful. And make like an RC car with it or something. Looking for the dog. The dog was already here. I'm really hoping the frame for my quad shows up. Looking like this week, Tuesday, we're going to be doing CNC stuff, shenanigans. Oh, by the way, this week coming up, we're back on the 2 p.m. start time for the weekday streams on Tuesday and Fridays. Just so you're aware. You can use the Death Racer motors in your Focus. We'll see. We'll see. Tap kit. Which tap kit did you order? Zexaltor 21. Did you hear the rep firmware boss say one overall input shaping is better than input shaping for each axis? On a Core XY machine, I could see that being somewhat valid, but on a setup with like a bed flinger, how would that be valid? Because you have different harmonics in different directions. Even on a Core XY, you technically have different behavior on your X-axis where you're just moving the tool head, versus your Y-axis where you're moving the tool head and the gantry. Printy Please had a 5-volt kit. Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting on the LDO kit, I think. So. Unless one of the, hey, if you make a tap kit, if you can get it here quick. Although I got to figure out how to do it in there because I got to. It's going in that machine. That's a pre-release 2.4. There's a lot of legacy in that machine that I don't want to go digging into. There's a reason I don't fiddle with that machine too often. The RB Dragons. Do an RC Benchy. I would need a CAD file of the Benchy. Complete R2 update. Well, here's the thing. The actual plan, and somebody DM me, I got to get back to them. The plan is actually Tuesday, hopefully we'll get the CNC up and running. I want to machine parts for this at a Delrin. So specifically the AB motor mounts, I want to machine them out of Delrin plates, sheets of Delrin, because I have some spacers on the way. I ordered some ABS spacers from AliExpress for like $1, for like 100 of them. So I've got spacers on the way for the XY or for the AB motor mounts. I want to machine the plates out of them, the top bottom plate of each one out of Delrin. Maybe do the XY joints if I can figure out a way to do it and not like, I don't know, we'll see. But I want to fiddle with this. I want to do some more experimenting with this because, you know, we have the resin front for the stealth burner, which we're going to keep. We're going to keep the resin stealth burner front because I want to see if it degrades. Because so far it's holding up fine. Plus it looks like the old, you know, clear Game Boy cases, which I like. Let me focus this camera a bit because that is not looking too hot. Your video, camera control, focus. Good, let me pull it back up. There we go. Okay, focus. Focus you. There we go. Why? Okay. RC Benchy is on printables. Oh, no. See, okay, I know there's the RC Benchy. Okay, I know there's the RC Benchy. I want to make one with wheels. Because why not? Plus, it's Canada. I live in Canada, and it's cold, and it's cold. The ice is that the water is ice. Yeah, it's still under extruding. Or maybe it's hard to tell. Can you print your own Delrin sheets to machine? Last time we tried that, the front fell off. Anyone here done the GE5C mod for the Z? I've never bothered with it on any of my machines. I know like my Micron has it, but it came with the kit. But like both my V2s are just the generic, like the stock, and I've never had an issue really. The E3D golf cart as an RC. That maybe. What's snow? It's white fluffy stuff that's not from Scarface. And it falls from the sky. But also, I should have did this earlier at the beginning of the stream, but nobody's entering yet. Enter. So every month, join the Discord. Let me actually do this the right way so it's properly cropped. There we go. Hey, there's my face. Hi. So join the community Discord. There is a link in the description. Every month we do a contest, a themed contest. Anyone can enter. Anyone can win as long as you enter. So this month's contest theme is 'Tis the Season. So it's getting cold. There's a few holidays coming up. It's an obvious theme idea because it's easy. It's Christmas and all the other holidays and New Year's and Santa, which yay Coca-Cola. So regardless of whatever, Festivus, whatever you feel like is seasonal, that is the theme. Okay. It's not holiday specific. If you want to enter because of a specific holiday, you can. If you just want to enter something because, you know, a snowblower, go for it. So 2 categories, simply printed. Okay. Print it. You print it. You either CAD it up, you download it, you slice it, you send it to your printer, printer go burr, it done. Show your entry. A bit more complicated. Did you design an RC 3D printed snowblower for your driveway? Or is you got a little train thing that goes around your tree that you 3D printed? That is this category. So there's the 2 categories, simply printed or a bit more involved, okay? Additional rule, that's both these categories. Your entry must be in its use. So if it's an ornament, I want to see it hanging from a tree. If it's a lawn ornament, I want to see a picture of it outside your house. Blur out your info. I don't want to know where you live. If it's a light thing, hang it. I want to see your print actually in its environment. I don't want to see a picture of your print on your hand like this with your printer in the background. No, I want to actually see your print as it is. Okay. The usual rules: 1 entry per person per category. You can enter twice, but 1 entry per category. Don't try and put like 10 entries in 1 entry. So don't like print off 10 ornaments and enter them all. Pick 1 ornament. If you pick multiples, I'm picking your entry. You might not like it. It must be your print. You can't just go on Thingiverse and just take a picture or go follow Filament Frenzy and enter one of his prints. It's gotta be your print. You don't have to design the object, but if you download it from a site, share the link just in case other people want it. And if you do design it yourself, you want to share the link as well. But you don't have to design it. Anyone, because I don't want people that can just design to win. I want anyone can enter, okay? But if you did design it, make note of it, because that may have more in your favor when it comes down to final decision, instead of just you found a model and you printed it. Okay, winners, you get to pick some Only Benchies merch. You get a hat or a shirt off the store. You get to pick, and you get some filament from Polymaker. I really need to hit up more contests. I need to get more sponsors for this. The contest itself will take place. We're going to do the draw on the 23rd. It's a Friday. So the 23rd of December is a Friday. At the start of stream, we're doing it. Normally we do it the 3rd week of the month, but I like to move it around if it's closer to, like, you know, there's a specific holiday at the end of December. We're going to do it closest to that. So these are like 2 entries that people have entered so far. So it's a lithopane of a doggo. We like that. And a tree topper. These are good examples of simply printed. Okay. So there you go. That's the monthly contest. Go enter. On snow. I don't know. Watch a movie. So it doesn't have to be Christmas themed. Literally, it could be anything wintry, holiday-ish, whatever. It does not. I'm not a rural mid-40s German government person. Okay? If you think it's remotely seasonal, enter it. Might not win, but at least, you know, it gives me content. Can those be multiple printed ornaments in the same theme on the same tree? Yes, if it's one picture, yes. So you can go one entry with multiple close-ups, okay? Like, but don't try and enter like, here are my ornaments and have like 20 different ornaments one at a time. It could be an ensemble piece is allowed. So like, for example, if you print like an RC train set, you can enter the whole train set, but don't try and enter each car individually. Sharing the link is awesome, but because we shouldn't chat. Yeah, so I don't want chatting just to keep it clean. I think you can open threads. I think you can do threads. I think I allowed threads this time. But whatchamacallit, try keep chatting down in the channel. Like, don't, like, if you're gonna chat about something, chat about it in the general chat, and in your little description of your entry you can put the link in there. Frequency apps to measure XY. How stiff should the belt be? About that stiff. Do you hear? I don't know. I've never tuned belts by frequency. I literally just go by feel. I literally just eyeball my belts, and as long as they're equally tensioned and they're snug, I'm good. I really don't dive into it too much. I don't push my machines to the limit, so I'm not too picky about it. Which link is for the contest? Community Discord. Join the community Discord. I was smart. I did some organizing of the Discord. Look at this. There's the main channels. There's the hobbies channels, and then there's the challenges. And look at this, December challenges, the challenge channel. And I need to stop looking in there because I try to avoid looking at that channel until the actual contest, so it's actually a surprise. There you go. Contest discussion channel created. There you go. I am a generous Discord admin. And now I gotta update the rule because somebody will be like, oh, you say discuss in general chat. There we go. There we go. Okay. There you go. Extrusion looks like poo. Yeah, it's still under extruding. So I don't think I need to tighten these up anymore, but I can. Let me tighten these screws up a bit. Okay, so I tighten the extruder up a little bit more. The problem is the extruder is literally like a Wade's extruder, but belted. So you got the hob gear and a smooth idler. switch to the other extruder? No, we have that. This extruder that we got the hot end moved up out of the way so it doesn't impact, because as I said earlier, there's a reason E3D discontinued the Chimera. No, this is a single color print. Just a single color. Switch the other high. So yeah, we're not doing dual extrusion. Well, I tried doing dual extrusion with this, and I think Steve tried it too, and it's a pain because you have both these nozzles, which if done right are the exact same plane, and they're always oozing, and they're always hitting the print. It's just a pain in the butt. There's a reason why this is one of those, oh, this seems like an easy idea to do dual extrusion, and then nobody does it. Yeah, Steve, yeah, you fiddled. I fiddled with it for a bit, and I'm like, yeah, nah, dog, nah. So the plan is, I would like to throw a Revo in this, and probably an M4 extruder, I think, and clipper. So the immediate plan is get a profile tuned to this. Steve, if you got a good tuned profile for this, I'm all ears. But the plan is to basically get this as good as this machine can get. And then we're gonna slap clipper on it and try it again and see if the prints improve, and then see how much further we can push it. And then do a hot end upgrade and an extruder upgrade, and then see if we can push it any further. That's kind of the plan. But the actual, originally I wanted to upgrade this to a legacy. If you don't know what a legacy is, it's like a Resto Mod Voron. It's a Voron designed using this kind of hardware, but based on current design techniques and ideas. But a lot of people don't want me messing with this. They want me to leave this original, so we're gonna leave this as original as possible, within reason. Did you come up with something? Okay, I'll keep tuning this profile then, Steve. It's the extrusion. It's as soon as I push any speed, like even this, I'm getting under extrusion. And we're not even going that fast. If I'm not mistaken, the original Voron slicer profile is in Simplify 3D. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that's what Max had the original Voron profile in, was Simplify 3D, which I don't own. I don't think it's the extruder. We're capping the flow at 12 millimeters cubed a second, and we're at 220 degrees Celsius, which should be doable for a V6. And we're only hitting those speeds on the infill, but I'm seeing under extrusion on the outside, which should be okay, or well within flow rate limits. And by the way, this is a legit Chimera. This is not a clone Chimera, so original V6 nozzles and all that too. Try 230. I don't think we need to push to 230. That's way too hot for PLA. We might run the stream late tonight. We'll see. Might let this print finish up. Tune retraction. You know what? We haven't done any. I got retraction running at 4 mil right now, which, considering how long this Bowden tube is, I think 4 mil seems about right. But I haven't done a retraction tune test on this, which that's something I need to look up how to do, because I can't remember the last time I did a retraction tune test. So, oh wow. What time is it? It is currently 10:40 p.m. Super Slicer has it built in. Okay, I'll give it a try. Sorting screws. I am in the southern part of Ontario. TJ Tech has a website for saying so. Okay, I'll have to check. Building an annex. Eventually, once I get a kit. I do not have a kit, so I cannot build one, but eventually. I'm not at the point where I'm self-sourcing builds anymore, so. Just don't have the time or the. It's expensive. Building my rail core. Neat. Did I ever fix Toasty? Yeah, Toasty's up and running. Toasty's operational. I haven't been using it because Toasty is really set up for printing above 300C. That's what I use that printer for, and I haven't had to print above 300C anytime recently, so. Honestly, drama is getting annoying, and the problem is it's just, I don't know, drama breeds drama. So unless it's somebody who's critical of my fashion sense, I really don't care about it anymore. Plus, hey, it's content. I do want to play around with a Crow XY setup though. Should I have Z-Hop turned on? I like having Z-Hop turned on. Think about it, on a CNC machine, you don't drag your cutter across your workpiece. Why would you want to do it on your 3D printer? I just want to make plastic boat. Real fail on you. Mine is hitting max temp errors when printing. If you have one of the first batches of them, contact E3D. There was a less than 1%, a good chunk less than 1% failure rate of first batch E3D Revos. Contact E3D, they'll hook you up. You have fashion sense? Are you disrespecting this strip with the Costco long sleeve shirt and the apron from Amazon and the Only Benchies hat hiding the inevitable male pattern baldness and the Costco glasses? Is it max temp error? It could be heating at an unexpected rate. Like if the thermistor's not reading correctly, it could be causing that error. What do I think about the beacon probe? I'm aware of it. I think it's a cool, it's a great tool in your toolbox. There is no magic probe. For example, the beacon probe only works if you got a metal bed and you run Clipper. Do you not run a metal bed? Do you not run Clipper? You can't use the beacon probe. Also, it measures the bed, the metal. So if you're running something on top of your bed, like PEI, if you have variation in the PEI, it won't pick that up. It picks up the steel, which is the same as an inductive probe. I run an inductive probe on that machine and the Trident. Like inductive probes are fine. The beacon probe is a faster, more accurate inductive probe, but it still behaves like an inductive probe in terms of what it measures off of and its requirements, and it requires Clipper, which, hey, whatever, that's fine. I don't care. But it's really cool. I've been aware of its development for a bit because it started somewhere else. Yeah, I think they're going commercial with it. Like he's trying to make it like something like for sale, like it's an actual item from a store. You buy a beacon probe from Beacon. Hopefully, I hope it does well before China starts cloning it, because it's good to see people actually developing tech. But yeah, we'll see. I'm tempted to throw some money down, maybe buy one. I don't know. We'll see. The problem is I'm very much of, if it ain't broke, I use the same $3 probe and the V2.0 spec micro switch on this guy. Like, you ready? You ready? You hear that click? That's an Omron rice cooker switch from 2018 that I bought. That's the original spec for V2.0 that I use for my Z switch. It still works. If it ain't broke. V2 build, if you don't know what size V2.4 to build a 300. Triangle Labs THC. That THC is legal in Canada, but it's not something I partake in. CHD. Here's the thing. At best, it's the cheaper option of a CHT. Do you want to save a little bit of money? Is it as good? I don't know. I haven't played with it, so I can't really comment. What's wrong with the 350? Nothing. But it's big. You can't get the same chamber temperatures. It takes more power to run. It's a much bigger printer. It's big. And you can't really run it as fast, and it's a little bit more involved to tune because the belts are longer. Basically, build as big as you need, not as big as you want. And most people, a 300 is perfect. 250, you might find a little small on some projects. Have I had any Revo heater cores? The only Revo heater core I've had fail is the beta unit. I had a beta unit. I was involved in the beta for the Revo. Since then, I've killed one of my own. I cloud of deathed it, and then I destroyed it trying to clean the cloud off. So I've killed one of my own doing, and I've had one beta unit fail, but the beta units had known issues. They were beta units. But otherwise, I've got like 5 or 6 of them in operational use. So. I print Power Rangers. So, my Mando helmet right here. This was printed on my 300. So this guy right here was printed on my 300. So this LDO right here printed this helmet. So, and this is the standard full-size heavy Mandalorian helmet. No, it's not scaled anything. So if your head is roughly as big as mine, you can print one of these on a 300. How do you fit a print to your head? You print it and you hope it fits. There's a few, you could scan your head and load the model and take some measurements and do it that. A good trick is, I don't have it anymore, but I have a video on my channel where I printed some Mando armor for the little guy. What you can do is you can print like the first few layers, like you can print the ring of the helmet. So only print the helmet, like when you print the helmet, only print to like here, right? Only print like a centimeter of it, of a ring, and then you can make sure it fits over your head. Because usually if it can fit over your head, you're good. Usually. Stormtrooper helmets are a bit too tall in the 300 build as they need a true 300 in the Z. Okay. Yeah, I haven't printed a Stormtrooper helmet. What about the Iron Man helmet? Most Iron Man helmets are printed in multiple pieces. No, I don't think there's any that really print the whole helmet in one go. It's usually multiple pieces, I think. Because most of them you want to put, like, people are putting servos in it, so it's multiple parts already. So. Ordered my ABS parts for 350, so I'm stuck. Daniel G, the printed parts are the same for all sizes. The only difference is the skirt. On a Voron, the only part that is a different printed part is the skirt, which you can print on any printer. So yeah, like everything from here up is all the same. The only difference is the skirts. Those are the only parts that are actually size. Go on the Voron GitHub, look at the STLs. The only thing that has specific sizes are the skirts. What can I do to make a good video on your channel? When you find out, let me know. Do what you want to do. If you're doing YouTube for fun, just do what you want to do. If you're doing it as a job, you got to play to the algorithm. Go watch some Mr. Beast stuff and copy him. Or what I like to say is emulate a channel you like. So if you're trying to design your channel, like if you're trying to make your channel based, like, you know, personally, I take several influences to the way I run my channel and the way I like to do my content. Take influence from, but don't copy. Okay, don't copy. Don't try and copy. It never works out. But if you see, you know, somebody does this way, a certain way, and then somebody does this certain way, just take the ideas that you kind of like and make it your own. So it's fine to take inspiration from, but don't try and copy. So for me, like, if you notice my live streams, I talk a lot. I have background music. I'm interacting with chat. I'm switching between cameras all the time. I'm always in the frame. There's chat. You guys are hanging out on screen right here, right? Like, where's my camera? And then this, okay, there you go. And then there, and then that, and then that. Yeah, see, you guys are here. Like, it looks suspiciously a lot like a Twitch stream, does it not? Like, I model my stream off of streamers I watch, regardless of the content they do, because hey, you know, if pay money, well, you could sit there in a green screen suit and dick around for 3 hours in front of 20,000 people just doing random things. Hey, you must be doing something right. Take a few ideas. I'm not in a hot tub. Have a good mic too. You can get by with a bad camera. You cannot get by with a bad mic. Twitch more like ADHD. Well, here's what you need to think about. If you are live streaming, you need to assume somebody is joining your live stream constantly. You constantly have somebody jumping into your stream. And if they join your stream and all they see for 20 seconds is this. Oh, that's not gonna work. They're gonna leave. They're gonna leave. So there's a reason I talk a lot. There's a reason I have background. Background music gives you an extra like 10 seconds. You constantly need to be talking. You constantly, yeah, literally, I'm gonna wait a second. I'm gonna see a drop. But you constantly need to be talking. You constantly need to be engaging. There's a reason I'm always interacting with chat. You basically need to make it a show. Like, I run my stream as the stream is the show, and we happen to do stuff on the stream. So I get people in the comments with like no life. Get a life, folks. They comment all the time. Oh, you know, why'd you spend 10 minutes just talking? Why'd you go off on this? I'm trying to follow this as a guide to build a printer. That's cool, but that's not the stream. The stream is the stream, and we just do stuff on the stream. We might, you know, this might be part 6 of the, or part 999.99 of the salad fork build, but the stream is a stream. So if we go off on a tangent, we go off on a tangent. So you got to keep it. You got to keep it fresh. Oh yeah, where's my LTT source screwdriver? There we go. Can't be doing it. I'm not Charlie. Yeah, baby, let's go. Somebody joined and left the demo. It's true though. I don't want to poo-poo on anyone, but I try to watch other people who build 3D printers, like YouTube channels with many more views than me, and I try to watch them build a printer, and I just get bored. See, I can watch Joel. Joel talks a lot. I like watching Joel, Modbot when I can, Steve when I can, but Steve streams in the middle of the day on the Sunday. I'm usually doing family stuff. So there's a few people I can just watch, no problem. But there's other people where they're just doing the no noise, they're just talking, they're just not talking, they're just building the printer. And I get it. Some people just want to watch the printer get built. But if you're trying to make a living off of just doing that, it's the views reflect. And then, you know, you add in some liquor. Can't skip 20 minutes of VOD. Exactly, just skip through the VOD. Like, I mean, you get a good, hey, if you're a member of this channel for $2 a month, you get 9 hours of content a week, plus videos occasionally. Probably no video this week because my fence fell down. But yeah, I put out 9 hours of content a week. That's good. Now, you know, not all hits, but Steve's been around. I don't know. I try to mix it up. I try to make it like, here's the thing. We're coming up in, it's December. In February, or technically just March. March 1st is officially 1 year of me doing full-time YouTube. And, you know, the whole don't make your hobby your job. And then I watched Hacksmith's video today and I'm just like, ugh. But, you know, I switch it up. I switch it up. I live within my means, and I think we're doing okay. So, co-stream win. I've had Steve on stream before. That's yeah, it's still under extruding on our walls. We need to figure out why it's under extruding on the walls. It's like it just, I'm pretty sure we got to do a retraction test. Maybe it's the retractions. That CNC you've been modding, is that generally a generic? No, it is a Comgro Robo CNC. So it's the same type of hardware you see on a 3018 CNC, but it's all metal and the bed is fixed. Am I making more versus my previous job? I won't get into financials, but I'm not commuting and I don't need daycare, which is helping. Steve takes the time to set up for a stream on Sundays. Oh, this time, yeah, that makes sense. Must be in a dark place. I really don't want to get into it. It's I'm not well trained to do it. It's I don't like getting personal. Like I don't mind being open. You know, we're all friends here, but I understand kind of what he's going through. You know. Again, I won't get into it, but somebody who has had mental health issues in the past, watching that video today was like, ugh. And then, hey, I'm also somebody who turned their job or their hobby into their job. It's like, ugh. But is what it is. Stream for, I got no lag on my end for the stream. Got no drop frames, so. I got gigabit ethernet. Better not be dropping. Keep your hobby, just make some money from it. Well, I went and I worked in a job that I liked the job, but I hated the employment. I loved my job, but the company I worked for got bought out by a foreign investment firm. And thank you, Americans, because it was an American foreign investment firm, because I'm not American. And they just made the job shit. So instead of trying to find a job in another shop, I went, you know what? This little side gig called YouTube is doing okay. Let me take some time off work, see if that works out okay. Took a month off. It seemed to be working okay. I'm like, yeah, let's roll with it and see how far we get. So at least on the bright side, I'm holding my own. My wife has a decent job. We have low cost of living. We lucked out and got our house before everything went tits up in the market and economy. I I drive a 2012 Ford Focus, so no car payment. So worst comes to worst, I just find another job in my trade, which I can do. So I'm not stressed. That's the great thing. It's not like, oh my God, if YouTube, you know, if YouTube totally crashes and burns, I'm done. It's like, no, I just go into another tool shop and get a job. I'm a tool and mold maker. I have my ticket. Like I'm a skilled trade. I can get another job if I need to, but I like doing this. So you know what? It's a lot less stress too, because I'm home all the time. I went from working, you know, 50, 60 hours a week sometimes in a tool shop, steady afternoons, to I wake up every day and, you know, see the little guy, I pick him up from school, I walk him to school. It's awesome. The YouTube numbers have been decent, so I can't really complain. What's the print? It's a Cali Dragon, and it's still printing like poop. So I'm gonna have to come back and we're gonna have to do a retraction test, because I eyeballed it at 4 mil retraction, which I thought would be okay. And if I remember correctly, that's what I ran back on my V1, but no, the fuzzy skin is not on, believe me. Hill Willie, $10. Cheers, thanks for all you do. Thank you for enjoying what I do. Poop dragon is poop. It is kind of a poopy dragon, but it's data. Science. You need to get a bad result so you can get a good result or something. I don't know. I watched Mythbusters one point. It's supposed to be bumpy, but you can, if you look really close, you can see some like spots where it didn't extrude at all. Looking forward to Prusa XL. I do have one pre-ordered. You will know when the pre-order, when Papa Joey P comes asking for his coin, because there will be a random spontaneous stream where we try to figure out how I can justify the purchase of an XL, because Papa Joey P drives a pricey bargain for that thing, especially once you add in Canadian sales tax and shipping. But I do have a pre-order for one. And as far as I'm aware, they are not doing review units. Tom talked about, I think it was on Melt Zone. Tom talked about it, and they're like, no, we're not doing like we're not sending out units to reviewers. We'll send them out at some point, but literally production is going to those that purchase one first. So like reviewers won't get one. Like people who just like, hey, I'm a reviewer, send me a unit. They won't get one for a while. And it's all about who can get it out first when it comes to YouTube, really. So it's a business expense. Yeah, but you can only write off so much. It's not like I can just go, I bought this tape today. It's a business expense. I'm going to get it back on my taxes. No, you can't write off everything. There's limits. Jason Graham, thank you for becoming a member. Hope my channel looks like that. Well, where we're at now, I would consider probably 4 years of growth. Jack Black, $5, new shoulder strap fun. I just need to untwist it, and then it'll be good for about a month. But so if you don't know, my YouTube channel is from like 2014, or correction, sorry, older than that, 2016 or 2016, 2006. So if you go to my YouTube channel, oh, they changed it. You can't go by recent. You used to be able to search by like oldest. So we gotta go back. So this is all my videos. Go back. We've got to go back. Got to go way back. There you go. 16 years ago. There you go. You want to watch my World of Warcraft guild kill Ragnaros? I got copyright music. Take out Ragnaros for the first time. But yeah, so 16 years ago, my first 3D printing video is my Monoprice Select Mini 4 years ago. But let me find it here. This is my first instructional video 4 years ago, installing a Voron 2 Z belt. Yeah, there's my World of Warcraft guild. If you happen to be on Chromega's server in April of 2006, this is my guild. This is on my shitty laptop, getting like 6 FPS with fraps running. I got like 30 if I didn't have fraps running. And I'm dead. Of course I'm dead. And then we wiped at 1%, and then we came back. Yeah, I can count the pixels. But this is my first instructional video ever. on this channel, and this is from June of 2018, and it was installing the Z motor strap on a Voron 2.0. The original duet setup. Me playing Liftoff. But this is right here. This is when I started actually putting time into YouTube. So this is the Voron V2 build and sourcing part 1. This is January of 2019 is when I'm like, hey, I'm actually gonna put some time into this YouTube channel and start with these videos. So some of you may have joined around this time. DXR3, thank you for coming to member. And this is when I started putting out videos, and I did it for a while and then I stopped. Here's the bonsai originally. And then I took like a break for a while, and then I came back, and this is, you probably remember this mat. This format, looking down at the mat, was like my video format for the longest time. And it was literally my Nexus 4 or one of my old phones taped to a stick looking down at the mat. And that's how all these videos were done. May of 2020. So this is roughly around, yep, right around here. So 2020 COVID, when COVID hit, and the lockdown started, that's when I'm like, hey, I'm actually gonna put time into the YouTube channel. So before that, I was like, I did the YouTube channel and I just didn't care. But early 2022 or 2020, when the COVID lockdowns hit, that's when I started streaming. That's when I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put some time into this channel and see if I can actually grow it. And then late 2020? I wanna say late 2020. Work laid me off for like 3 weeks. They said it was gonna be for longer, but then they realized, oh shit, we laid off the one guy on the afternoon shift who knew what he was doing, so they called me back. But when they did that, I'm like, you know what? I'm laid off, I'm waiting for my job to come back, so I'm not gonna go get another job. I'm going to actually see how much money I can make doing YouTube if I like really go in. So for like those 3 weeks, and it's like October of 2020, I think, I put like a bunch of videos out, I streamed a bunch, and I looked at the numbers and I'm like, hey, we might have something here. And then I kept going, it was doing pretty okay. I did a bunch of videos, and then it was early, yeah, it was early this year. So February this year, I took the month off, and then I went full-time March. So yeah, Sean, thank you for becoming a member. What do you think? I haven't looked at your channel, Jason, and talking hands video. Yeah, I didn't show my face on video for a while. Like I didn't show my face on camera for a while. I was a little bit hesitant to do that. And then now it's like, hi, 262 people watching me live and thousands in the future. If you are watching this live and it's currently, if you're watching this and it's not live, you're watching the VOD, go in the comments right now and say, hello, I hope you're having a great day. Because I am having a great day. Of the beard. Yep. You could tell when I went full-time YouTube because I started growing the beard. Well, I kind of started growing the beard at the beginning of the year, just kind of to see, but like when I quit the job, I went, you know what? So it's like, what's his name? Number 2 on Star Trek grew the beard in the 2nd season. Can you get an STL for the beard? You can. So what you can do, you go to printables. Okay, so you go to printables.com, and you look for Nero 3D. And right here, there's a model of me. This is by Chelsea, by the way. She does excellent work, and it's me. So the reference pictures are from very early in the year. When I didn't have quite as large of a beard, but there is the beard, and the strap is not twisted because I actually in the reference pictures had the strap fixed. So it actually, there you go. So if you want the STLs for the beard and me, there I am. So this is before I started wearing hats all the time, because you can see the the hairline receding even in the model. The Riker beard, yep. Henry, $10. Cheers, doggo treat fun. Thank you. It's getting there. Hope you have a good day. I am having a good day. %, infill peak. Well, we tried Ultim, and the front fell off. David! Hi, David! How you doing? You all caught up from your Boxing Day sales rush, I hope? Everyone say hi, David. If we print you an Ultim. Almost got a few custom orders left, but there you go. That's good. Have you cleared out the backlog of Prusas filling up the warehouse? What thoughts of changes to upgrades you might come to the switch wire? Not much. The switch wire is just kind of chilling right now. Like, there hasn't been any updates to the actual design of the switch wire. The switch wire is still the OG design. And it's a pretty, like, literally a pretty stable design. Like, there's really nothing major to fix. So. I did play around, like, obviously I put the video out where we had the breakboard in it, but it functionally, it's the same. It's looking better now. It's still got the under extruding issue. I gotta have to do that retraction test. 2 buildings full of printers, so if anyone wants one for Christmas. Hi, David. I run a YouTube channel. I'm okay. I'm good at showing off stuff. Look, it's blue tape. Buy it. See, I'm a good sales guy. Clicky on a switch wire. Clicky. Yeah, you can do clicky, but I've done clicky on other printers. What do you recommend saying with switch wire or CW2 or going with different extruder? I actually haven't played with CW2 yet. I have LGXs and Clockwork 1s on my printers right now. What did I do to get my channel popular? So what I did was, when I started, I secretly infiltrated the Voron team and became an admin on their Discord. So when I decided in the future to become a YouTuber, when I go live, I could spam the Discord with the link to the live streams and my videos. And that got me started. And then from there, I don't know how the hell it's gotten to this point. I don't know. Stefan gave me a shout out at one point, and that got me like 1,000 new subs in like 2 days. Servo. I've never played with a servo. I've never tried the docking clicky. Can I have a shout out? There you go. Okay, everyone. Shout out for Jason, I guess. But by the way, it's fun in games. Like, okay, but don't go asking for shout outs, because it's a quick way to get muted by some channels, because people do it. It gets old fast. So you're asking. So we'll shout out Jason, but don't like hop into a Joel stream and do it, especially on bigger channels. It's best to grow naturally. Grow naturally, because it's like, Pokemon. Remember Pokemon Red and Blue? You could do the rare candy trick and get 1 million rare candies and level your Pokemon with rare candies. Guess what? They're not as strong as Pokemon naturally level. They don't have the same points and whatnot. So it's better to naturally grow than to try and like unnaturally grow. It's like when a YouTube channel that does a content like gets like shouted out by a big YouTuber and they suddenly go from like 3,000 subs to like 100,000 subs. And it's like it's awesome, but then you go check them a month later and they're still getting like 500 views a video because it's not real growth. That CNC kitchen. Yeah, the CNC kitchen's video on the V0 like really hit my numbers. My channel is hilarious how steady my growth is. Like it is consistent. Like you can chart it with a ruler how consistent my growth is. It's hilarious. It'd be nice to see that the groove go up, but it's consistent how smooth it is. But let me find it here. Audience, subscribers. 365 or no, last lifetime. Okay. So, oh, I can't. Was it last year? They changed the metrics. YouTube changed that. Was it 2020? I think it was 2020. Custom. So from that slash 2019 to today. Apply. Does this work? Subscribers. There you go. Okay. So, okay, so this is okay. This is no, that's not custom. Is this it? Okay. Okay, so I'll give you a snapshot. So this is my channel from 2019 to like earlier this year. Okay. Can you tell when Stefan gave me the shout out? And then I think Joel or somebody else gave me a shout out. Can you tell when Stefan gave me the shout out during this period? I had a similar view spike. Yeah, it's funny how much a shout out does, but the thing is the shout out, you gotta be careful with shout outs. A little one here and there is good, but like I've seen channels go from like a few thousand subs to like 100,000 subs in like a day or two because some massive channel like shouted them out, but then it doesn't affect their viewership in the long run. It doesn't. So it's better to grow naturally. Yeah, it's looking better now. It's looking better on the horn. So maybe, we're doing the same outer wall speed, but it's still doing the under extrusion. So yeah, we're probably gonna have to do a retraction calibration. It's been a hot minute since I played with a Bowden setup. So like I figure 4mm would have been safe retraction, but maybe it's too much. Although, is it, if you're running too much retraction, you get the holes, and if it's too little, you get the strings, right? Is that usually how it works? Mr. Beast doesn't do shoutouts. You notice that? Watch all Mr. Beast videos. I don't think Mr. Beast has ever mentioned another YouTube channel. Like, even when he has like a video where he has other YouTubers on their channel, he doesn't shout them out. They're there, but they don't like get like shoutouts or anything. Any mods? Build it stock. Common one is the Kirigami bed. I say Kirigami bed's probably a good option. There's also the ones that make the wiring for the tool head a lot easier, like the tool head boards and whatnot. Those are a good idea. If you want to go down CAN bus, that's another route. If you don't, there are other boards that make it a simpler wiring experience. I recommend those. I had a chance to meet Joel and Stefan at Murph. I ambushed Stefan on the live stream at Murph. Did I ever share the... I don't know if I have it saved on this computer. I don't think I have it saved on this computer. Let me see here. If you ever get a chance to actually visit like Murph or Earth or like any of those events, do it. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. What's the cheap bed flanger you recommend under 200? KP3S. KP3S is currently my go-to cheap printer. Are you cheap? KP3S. Do you want to spend a little bit more and actually get a good printer that has all the bells and whistles? Saval SV06. Beyond that, it gets complicated. Print done. Well, it's stuck to the bed better. And our first layer is better. But yeah, so it's you can see the pattern we're getting. Focus. Get a focus. So you can see the pattern we're getting with the under extrusion. Oh. Headphones died. Can you still hear the music? I can't hear it. Extruder skip. Extruder motor stone flow. Extruder motor stone flow. I don't think the extruder was skipping. It didn't. I didn't hear any skipping. Oh, this is too low. Shoot. Headphones died. So when the headphones die, it switches audio sources. Sorry, I muted the music. The music's muted. Wait. Hello? 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 Can you hear me now? Okay. So apparently these dying dumps the... Is that really what happened? Okay. So these dying dumps the music into the same channel as my mic. So I'm gonna turn the music down. But if I turn the music on, here I'm gonna mute my mic. So you won't hear me, but when I play the music, you'll see it coming through the mic channel. Okay. So I'll mute my mic. That is weird. So, okay, that's good to know. So when my iPods die, AirPods, whatever the hell these are called, die, OBS switches the audio source to the mic and dumps the music into the mic channel. So, oh no, no music. I muted it on purpose so you didn't get your ears blasted again. How long was the print? 1 hour, 10 minutes. So yeah, we're gonna call it there for the stream. It is 11:25. So if you haven't entered, every stream we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. I will give you until 11:30 and we're gonna do the draw. I have voice meter. I use voice meter. I don't know why it's funky like that. How do you set up the flow test here? How do you do the retraction test? I'll get it set up and running. Where is retraction test in here? Configuration, generate, calibration. There you go. How to. Start temp 220. okay, so it is in here. Neat. Okay, so we'll play with that later. What, you just hit send? Generate, calibrate, generate. Best to try with 0.1 increment and 50 millimeter height. So comment, if you have a bone extruder, it's best to try with 0.5 increment and 50 millimeter. Okay. Okay, see, okay, I see. Cool, generate. Cool, close. Neat. That's cool. Pressure advance. Pressure advance. Pressure advance. This guy, everyone, this guy in chat. Pressure advance. Pressure advance. Pressure advance. My brother in Christ. It's Marlin 1.1.0 RC6. There ain't no pressure advance in this. There ain't no pressure advance in this. Not Marlin 1.0, we're Marlin 1.1. Let's be generous here. Okay, export G code. I'll put that in there. Roll disk, save. Okay, pull that out. From SD, traction test, calibration. There we go. Teacher Tech website for calibration analyzer. Okay, I'll check it after. Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've done any Marlin calibration. Let's be honest here. And here's the thing, like, you gotta remember, this is just 8-bit Marlin. Like, yes, Marlin, ancient, whatever, but it's moving the printer just fine. Like, yeah, we don't have all the cool bells and whistles and, you know, a web interface, but in terms of, you know, making printer go burr, it's making the printer go burr. So when input shaper. Okay, let's see here. So we got to do the giveaway in a minute here. So again, every stream we do a giveaway, spool of Polymaker filament, and we're just waiting for the clock to tick over 11:30. There we go. If you didn't enter, you'll get another chance on Tuesday. And if you do win, you'll get an email from me after the stream ends. Oh, no. There's a problem. What do you mean there's a problem? There we go. Okay, copy all the names. You'll get an email from me when the stream ends. A little form you fill out. You'll get your filament in a couple days to a couple weeks, depending on where you live in the world. So let me see here. We got a decent amount of entries, 400 something entries today. Copy and paste. Copy, paste. Copy. Cool. Copy, paste. Copy the paste. Wait for Google Chrome to unlag out. Nadav, you put the number 7. I didn't ask for the number yet. If you jump the gun, you get disqualified. So because you asked for the number 7, somebody give me a number between 1 and 6. Give me a number between 1 and 6. Dr. Ronnie put 3. Now, did he jump the gun or he just happened to get his timing in? The world will never know. But 3 seems like a decent number. 1, 2, 3. Round and round it goes. Where it stops, some computer algorithm knows. Oh shoot, this is gonna kill your ears. 1 second. There we go. I forgot it plays a little jingle. And again, audio is routed into the mic and it's loud AF. I watched the little chart, the little graph on OBS, and it spiked. So I just saved your ears. You're welcome. Chris, congratulations, Chris. You won yourself a spool of filament from Polymaker. You'll get to pick too. There's a few different options. So you will get an email from me once the stream ends with a little form you got to fill out, and you'll get your filament. So I think that's about it for the stream today. I'm gonna let this print and then I'll do the calibration tomorrow. But yeah, I hope you had fun tonight. This was a little impromptu stream. We're probably gonna be doing more random streams like this in the future. I don't have 2 builds ongoing at the same time right now. So we're probably gonna be doing a little bit more random project streams here and there, which I like doing personally. M105, why'd you want M105? Resuming print. Why did you M105? But I kind of like these Hangout, random, small, like independent streams that stand on their own and they don't need no parts. Ooh. Okay, maybe that travel movement's a little too fast because it made a little thunky noise. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament that we give away, because we give away a spool of filament every stream. Thanks to them. Shout out to those that donated to the channel, became members of the channel, or gifted memberships to others. You help support the content I create and things I do. I would not be able to do it without your continued support. You make it all possible. Ooh. Anyone, it's a bug? No, you just gotta try again on Tuesday. You might want to finish that. The cell fork is done. We got a print out of it. Did this. We printed this. I gotta go back in and figure some stuff with Clipper and the CAN bus stuff, but yeah, whatever. But we'll call it there. Tuesday we'll do some CNC stuff, and maybe Friday some drone stuff. We'll see. We will see. I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna go to bed. I am tired. That print is printing like poo. I'm probably gonna have to cancel it. We'll see. But yeah, I will see you Tuesday. Hope you had fun. It's Saturday night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. And I will see you on Tuesday. Good night. It's late.